do transition. Wait, no, that's your back. So no, let me go back because they can barely.
Oh, it's right here.
So let me go on that side. I just want to see now.
Well,
Can see.
no, this one is being alright. You know what? You come back here. I'm gonna put this back over here. 2 other people supposed to be joining this.
Oh.
So I don't know. It's like I feel like an old lady. I hear music because it's been so long since I did this. Okay, so.
We need sponsors for the Philadelphia Independent Film Awards.
So, all right, y'all. We are live on Philly High Radio. It's your girl Lex Royal. I'm gonna tell you, like, I am so like out of it right now. So I have to really thank. I gotta thank Dimitri for coming through and helping me. You know, let me see. I got a microphone in your face. Okay, there we go. Wait.
Like crazy.
If you can go on YouTube, Philly Hot Radio, I think you should be able to see us. Can't get this microphone out of my face. It's like a stiff dick. Like, damn.
She's coming back.
That's right. I go, damn. I always trying to put something in the face.
There we go.
I think I got this thing on TV.
Oh, no.
You know, I'm trying to see. I guess this is okay for right now. I don't know if people can hear me, Tracy. I don't know if you can hear me. Like, can you hear me through the thing? Did I do it right? I'm gonna wait and see. Testing. Hello. I don't hear nothing. Tracy, I don't hear nothing on the app.
Let me see.
It says the encoder started. I don't hear anything. Let me see. Mic on, press to talk. All right, let's do lot talk. I can't hear nothing. This is a hot mess. And you know what? Okay, wait. I think I got a little life. Testing. Woo, woo.
It's not.
Nothing's moving. That's what I'm saying. Tracy, can you hear us on the thing? I feel like I got lipstick all over my teeth. Tracy, I'm waiting to hear if you can hear me through Philly High. I'm so out of it. Like, you know what? This is a good damn way to start the show because I'm gonna tell you, this is what I had K-Dot for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all K-Dot. Like, this is his arena. This is his thing. And, you know, I'm like a fish out of water, and it's so messed up because Tracy was actually like, teaching it to us. You don't know Tracy, but, you know, he helped us back when we first started on Philly High. He always helped us down. And, I was like, okay, K-Dot, you gotta sit down and learn everything. I was like, hey, Tommy, oh my goodness, I've been looking for you. I tried calling you. I don't know. I hope everything is good. I hope your family's good and stuff. You know, ever since K-Dot, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I wanna try to. It's not there. I wanted to reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about you, I want to straight reach out to you now because you never know. Life is so short, and I learned that the hard way. You know, and I ain't gonna lie. Like, I really put a lot of stuff on K-Dot. Like, I'm like, listen, you do this, you do that, pay attention to this, pay attention to that. I was just come in and talk. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you can hear you on the app. Turn the volume up a little. Okay, all the volumes are up. I'll turn the mic up some more. All the volumes are up. So, okay, I'm glad you can listen and hear us. The app, I think, is called Live and Direct. So you would have to search for Philly High and you can find us that way. But this is a live interactive show, the first show of Lex Talks, which is supposed to be me, my DJ K-Dot, he was coming as my DJ, you know what I'm saying? Because he always can, thank you, Bob. He always can find some different type of music and do some type of stuff. Tallish type button on the, alright. Oh, maybe that's it. I knew I had it. I knew it. I could feel it. Hey, listen, one thing you know, you getting the real, right? It's real. It is real. You want to see behind the scenes everything today because your girl is like a fish out of water. Like, I ain't gonna lie. And it's stuff like this that make me actually miss him even more. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even realize it was so funny that when I first started radio, like it was supposed to be just me, you know, and then I ended up with a different partner at the time when we were on Philly High Radio. We did a second, told him, hey Malcolm, and you know, I rocked out with that. Then I had a couple of different people, and then when we got to Omni, it was just me, you know, and I brought different people on. You was on, right? Right. And then K-Dot did his own show, but for some reason, somehow, in the midst of becoming partners and stuff, we I started getting dependent on him. You know what I'm saying?
He taught me how to engineer. He did it. That's why I'm like, okay, that one.
Right.
Because I remember.
He was good. He was good. He
And
really was.
And he had a very, very, very good personality. He's like, when I first met him, I felt like I already knew him. So we was just sitting here busting up, talking junk.
Right. Yeah. He really was good. And you know what? I actually found out how good he was at that shit at the funeral. So we will talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. Bring them on camera. Who you want on camera, Mike? Oh, sorry. It's Facebook telling me to bring people on camera. Sorry, my bad. I thought you typed it. I'm like, all right. So anyway, so today is K-Dot's birthday. You know what's so funny? Like, I drive Lyft part of time, right? So I had these two ladies in the back seat, and they were saying like their son's birthday. It was like Lyft line, so you know you get two strangers in there at the time, and their son's birthday is today. You know, and then one of them said like, well, I know that's a good boy. You know? And I'm like, wow, that's kind of wow, because K-Dot is actually a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He really was a good dude. So it's kind of like, damn, does the birthday really play that much of a part? Like, what's April? Like, I don't even know the sign for April.
It's Aries.
Is that what it is?
Aries, like, yeah, Aries. Huh. Rather than the Taurus.
I like Aries because Aries usually are very honest. You know, I always deal with Aries. Thank you, Antoine. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Calvin, I don't know if I shouted you out, Calvin. Corey, you gonna have your time on here, Corey. Don't start your stuff. So yeah, I didn't really know. I didn't think he was an Aries, but I know Aries are really straight up and straight up people. You know, and I love him. I ain't gonna hold you. So, but he was something else. You know, so I got my little K-Dot t-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can stand up. It's kind of like a glare off of that one, but so they sold the t-shirts.
They did what?
They sold the t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
So I purchased the t-shirt. You are going to be on Corey. The only thing is that this is my very first show. And my partner in radio, my partner in crime, passed away right before we were supposed to get on the radio. You know, so that's why everything got pushed back. We were supposed to be on a long time ago, but because of his passing is what brought it to the show to be the first day, which is actually his birthday, April 23rd. You know, so what?
This is funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's ironic. I'm not married, but this is my wedding anniversary.
Really? All right. Listen, well, April 23rd is doing some things. Oh, April is Taurus season.
It's
Taurus will start
cool.
April 21st. Thank you. I appreciate that. Damon and Antoine, I appreciate that. See, I got my friends, they watching and they got my back. I appreciate that. Hey, Rich. So it's Taurus. I didn't really think, I know it was something with him. Like he was something else. He was really a cool dude. You know, his background, his mother is from some Caribbean island. I don't really know which one exactly. But you know, so I know he got a little culture in there and all that stuff, so we kind of vibe. So that was good. So I'm gonna tell you, I heard, and I'm so sorry for the loss. I do appreciate that. Thank you. You know, we're just trying to represent him today and celebrate his birthday. I tried not to cry today. Little things trigger me, like coming back on. It was just like, yo, I can't believe it because I was actually supposed to be throwing him a party. So it was like a big party was supposed to happen here, and all y'all was supposed to be here from the radio and from his past shows and stuff like that. And it was to show him appreciation while he was living. You know what I'm saying? So he knew that I wanted to appreciate him while he was living. You love us Taurus men. Oh boy, I don't know if you that good, but I'll take a look. yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all. We'll take a look.
You can still do that though.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what today's show is about. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I wanted him to see it. I wanted him to feel it because a lot of times we take people for granted. And I know that it was funny because when I started Army, right? I started it by myself. And I put it down, and then he came and he picked it back up and he was like, yo, let's do this, and the other. And then he ended up coming in to be my partner, right? And it was so funny because like now I got a partner. And once I realized that I could actually trust him, I was like, oh shit, here, do everything. You know what I'm saying? You know that straight up. So hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Let me see. Hello. All right, coming through the door. It's supposed to be open. It just comes straight back. Yep, I'm coming up the steps. All right, thanks. It's cold. It's in my basement.
Oh, it's yours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
toasted.
Yeah, that's what I listen. Listen, y'all don't know about this liquor. If you have followed me in the past, you know about this liquor. Like this is 100 proof blue vodka. My old team used to die over this because it's strong, right? Even though it looks nice, blue and pretty and everything, but it doesn't give you a headache or any of that stuff the next day. You know what I'm saying? So even though it's kind of cheap or whatever, and I'm not gonna keep like showing it and shit. You know, I get it from New York. Don't tell state troopers and shit like that. But so every time I did a show, when I first started doing events and stuff, I would give this out too. You know what I'm saying? Just like a little free shot, whatever the case may be. So I was like, you know what, let me bring a liquor out because if he was here, we would be drinking. It would be different stuff, but that's all I could grab at the time. You know, because I put this stuff behind me. I put this whole life behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy. But I picked it back up. For K-Dot because he loved it. So I'm like, all right, we're going to rock out. So I got some people coming in. His best friend. So we're going to take a little break. Let me see if I can find a song. Like, this is the worst. This is why I need my DJ. Alright. I'm going to put a song on and give us a couple minutes. And we'll be right back.
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I don't even know if that's how it works. This is so messed up. Oh, here we go.
Yo, she said the lady downstairs said next time you gotta let people upstairs.
That's what she said?
They about to lock up.
Oh, okay.
What she said?
They about to
Oh, we gotta do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so there we go. We got a couple of songs. Alright. Let me turn the mic off. Yo, this is so crazy.
It's coming back.
The hard way.
Yeah.
What's up? Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
That's Chris.
How you doing?
Hi, Chris.
All right.
Get a hug. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Oh,
shit.
How you doing?
But back to camera.
I'm also give everybody a hug. Hi, I'm Dimitri.
Correct.
I don't know. Let's spit. Hold on, y'all.
There's a bathroom up here.
It's over there.
It's only one.
I got a camera in. What y'all want to be at the same time?
No, I gotta make sure we don't go at the same time.
Oh, yes. Look, I'm about to say, wait, I'll bring the camera. They about to turn the show into a whole nother thing.
no.
Like, oh, goddamn.
We just trying to make sure.
Oh, my mic ain't on.
Oh. Yeah.
So what's the topic for today?
It's your boy. We talking about him. Like, first of all, I'm like a fish out of water. You about to leave?
No, I'm just getting my stuff out the whole way.
Okay.
So
We just talking. It's all K-Dot.
people call it.
They say they can hear us under the music, but I'm muting all the microphones. See? Let's try that.
Wait, Philly Hot Radio came down here now? So what happened out here with it?
Can you still hear us? I only went down when K-Dot went down. I wasn't trying to do whatever. That's what I was just saying on the mic. I was like, yo, once I realized that I could trust him and he did everything, I was like, all right. So now I'm like frailing, oh shit. Cause I'm like, yo, even when we came down here, I was like, listen, you learn everything, you do everything, and I'm just gonna talk. I bring the people. You know what I mean? And
So you just still playing?
oh, it's called the music. Facebook is gonna block you if you put music on that you don't own the rights to. But can you hear the music? You can't hear the music.
They block you when you do that?
They can't
That's
hear
what it
music.
said.
Only
Yeah.
people listening on the app.
Yeah, y'all can't hear the music. So what you talking about? Mike and I don't know. Listen, we just gonna make it do what it do. Like I don't even know at this point.
That's crazy.
Listen, let me tell
You
you.
hear
What you can hear? The talking? I know. Listen, I'm about to wake this shit off. I know.
So you started this, but you don't know how to operate.
Let me tell you. I started
Yeah, every time.
I know, right?
what's scrambled?
I just use Chris. I can't even. Hey, brother. What's that right there?
Let's keep the show rolling. You're right.
I asked
He didn't listen.
I know that.
Wait, oh, you put something too? Oh, good.
I thought that was this shit when you just said
What's that? All right, so.
That's why I said, oh, you gotta turn it around.
I said, no,
Why
we're
this
really.
thing bottle? We just was talking about this.
I don't know what to turn the volume down on now. This is some bullshit.
Mike said he on his way.
So, all right, so Tara says, yo, Lex, keep the show rolling. Your partner spirit lives on through you in the showcase. It's all good money. Don't second guess none.
So you hear the music in the background while she
I'm
talking.
actually about to stop. Just pause and silly. What you want me to pause? Like, pause our talking or pause? Like, I don't know what you want me to pause. Like, no, like, I really can't believe. Listen, I'm telling you that blue stuff is the truth.
Man,
Don't trust that blue.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, that's the same color. You got to take
Vodka.
the
that's why
shot.
I got that vodka.
You gotta take.
Certified color.
You gotta take the shot, and it won't give you no hangover feeling or nothing tomorrow.
I got 75. I got that 5.
You gonna be good, I'm telling you.
Y'all want this?
Look, just a little bit, and then switch to your stuff. But we gotta take it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be good. All right, take a little bit.
I'm not mixing it.
No, don't mix it.
No, I'm just saying. I already started drinking.
You don't gotta do a whole thing. Just a little.
Hey, just a little
swallow.
That's exactly what that is.
But why you got 4? 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm about to say, huh?
No, that's good.
5?
No.
Like,
What you mean? No.
Oh,
you don't want
No. Hey, bro. She got to get one too.
Wait, let me see. Let y'all see. If you can go on,
She said it's
bring
the
it
truth.
on
Otherwise, it's
YouTube.
the
Show me
truth.
how YouTube. You get to see all the people in the room. Let me see if I can let y'all see all the people in the room. K-Dot's friends up in here. His brothers.
Brothers.
Sorry.
That's right.
His brothers.
You can smell it.
I keep forgetting you
I
were
just
old
wanna
here.
know
Shut up. You
what-
can watch it.
what-
Oh, hell no.
I just want to know
It's
what the
disgusting.
blue
Oh
is.
my goodness.
But it tastes like
You
alcohol.
gotta take that shit.
It
tastes like die.
That joint tastes like death.
Vodka. No, it don't. It's
It
good.
tastes like the Easter egg
No.
die.
Alright, we got cheers though. You gotta get it on camera too
Yeah.
with your blue.
Oh, Lord. Hold on, let me.
Yo.
Alright,
That joint like Hennessy, yo.
you got it.
Salute.
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 Hey, God.
K-Dot.
Happy birthday, bro.
Mm.
Oh, that tastes like cough
That
syrup.
shit is nasty.
I forgot what it tastes like. You supposed to take it straight to. Why you still that shit?
What is that? I thought you said it was the truth.
It is.
Truthfully,
I'm
just
telling you, it's gonna get you
That's
out.
that's because that's 100 proof. That's all
Yeah.
alcohol.
That's 100 proof vodka. You didn't read it?
I did read it.
He reading the color dye and stuff and then Mr. Proof like.
That's a no go.
Yeah. I gotta use the bathroom.
Listen, I get them all the time. You better not pour it out. Don't pour out the Smurf thing.
Oh, God, ain't you named it Smurf?
Sweet.
That makes it sound more inviting.
That was the Topaz name, dog. The Smurf.
Right.
Yo, shout out to
Yeah,
Philly
that
Hot
was
for the
strong.
setup. Don't go in the bathroom and pour it
No, that
out.
joint's strong because I had to wrap my hands on it.
You full of shit. You got this right here.
That shit was strong.
Look,
I
I was
want a
telling
new
people.
cup. I don't even want to do that shit the same
All right, I
cup.
gotta take one more shot.
No,
Why?
cause I'm still working on my first one.
You ain't even gonna drink that.
You gotta throw that back.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
You can't even sit
They
there.
call it a shot for a reason.
Listen, I do not
Damn,
drink.
my pouring truths.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Did you bring any
I'm gonna
cranberry
see
juice?
I'm not gonna
We
wait.
don't need cranberry juice with this.
Yeah, that joint gonna go smooth then.
That must be K-Dot shot.
That's
In
your
the
shot.
night, baby.
Oh, did I not the camera down?
Listen, I'm telling you.
These cameras working right now?
Yeah.
You got, I think I just messed up the.
That
Pull it
angle.
down. Pull it down. You the cameraman, you better get on. There you go.
You can see it?
Yep. But
That is
we'll
dope,
see everybody, so back it up a little bit. Put it, yeah. Back it up a little bit.
What's the act?
Yo, let me tell you something. If you never knew Philly Hot Radio, I think it's called Live and Direct, and then you gotta go to Philly Hot Radio.
I heard it.
Let me tell you something, right? If you've never seen internet radio, you are getting the real right now. Everything, like the mistakes and everything. And I used to be a pro at this shit. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. Like I
What
really used to
happened?
be a pro. I put it down. I stopped reading it.
Her and K got told me not to.
Listen, everything. I would be able to maneuver everything. And then what's so funny when I seen K-Dot Wednesday, it was so he can learn everything. I'm like, look, learn everything. I don't want to know nothing. You want it. You got it. That's why I don't really know because I didn't pay attention. So, you know.
That's about it. You don't got Chris in there. Chris might
You
be.
know, Hardbody Wilson does videos. So that's like he
She
over there
called
trying to get over get over the fact.
Why they call you hard
That's what he
body
got on
Wilson?
his stuff.
That's sweet.
Why they call
Doing
you
this,
that,
I was
bro?
talking to one of his friends. That's what she said. She was like, Hardbody Wilson put it up. Shit, what the hell?
That's me.
Got to stop.
And I didn't want to tell your government, so I was like, okay, Hardbody Wilson's name, all right. You know what I'm saying?
She inboxed me.
She told me she was at, I did.
She said she's the only one that
That's
shot.
supposed to be.
Yeah, like what's up with the trust meeting?
That wasn't us.
I know, like, listen, I was so hot because I'm like, who's actually getting money off of that? Like, what's good? You know what I'm saying?
Well, what?
With the Chuck's thing
Oh,
tonight.
man, I'm cool.
You know, so somebody
We
did
don't
go
know
up there.
nobody in there.
One girl went up there, she said she didn't see anybody, so I don't even know.
Right.
That's because we didn't do it. We gonna have something, you know, probably, you know, like Memorial Day or some shit like that.
Okay.
That's the plan. I mean, ain't nothing, you know, concrete, but
Well, we gotta go to an act or we gotta go,
Live
that's
and
the plan.
direct, I think.
Yeah,
I see.
Or
Philly-
you
Philly
or you can
Hot
go
Radio.
to phillyhotradio.com.
I got it on.
So y'all drink your shot already?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
waiting
drink
for
some
you.
kind of crackers.
Why?
I work tomorrow. I got a big responsibility. I can't go
That
there
joke
like.
messed you up, didn't it?
No, it's just nasty. I know. I carry my phone.
I put it, bring it to every radio show. It will get the truth out your ass air.
Yeah, I know. It's like Drinking Champs. You watch Drinking Champs?
Nope.
Y'all watch Drinking Champs?
No.
There's Noriega podcast. Like, he bring all the celebrities there, and then you get them all drunk, and they all
Oh,
tell.
Nori do like an
Oh,
eating show.
no.
Oh, Norio, that show, like, he get crazy views on YouTube. But that's the show where Puff Daddy go there and he made Fatness feel uncomfortable.
Oh, and he was
Fatness,
like,
he was like, yo,
I need to take you shopping or
yeah,
something like
no,
that.
he's like, we ain't never party.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
we did. He said, no, we ain't never party. And then Noriega's like, huh? Yeah, it's on
Oh,
YouTube.
no.
I remember that. I remember
That's
that.
crazy.
He was like, and Fab got real nervous. He was like, okay, like, he's like, no, we never party.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
no.
he said it a couple times.
But he got everybody there. Like, he was talking about how when I think the Locks was on there, and he was talking about I think Mike Tyson had grabbed Eve butt, but the Locks they said no, we wasn't fucking with Mike. Stop. He was like, no, yeah, that was Mike. Like,
Nobody says Mike. You got it.
Yo, that's good shit.
Shit, I don't blame you. Especially back then.
Yeah.
Nah, Mike. Shit.
Just talking about eating babies, biting ears,
Ears
off.
and shit.
I eat your children, like, whoa, bro.
That's a real world.
That nigga funny too. I be following him.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, on Instagram. That nigga, he's ridiculous, yo.
He made some changes in his life.
Yeah, he embraced that whole, like, he was talking, he was like, yo, it's hard just being a badass all the time. Like, he's like, you try to scare niggas and they don't act scared, now you gotta go fight. Like, why you couldn't just be scared? I was like, yo, this boy's a fool, yo.
There's a wow, man.
Hey,
Listen, so
Mike gotta be in his late 40s.
So you playing that music that's on here right now?
you hear music playing?
In his 50s, he probably is in his 50s.
I just said station on there.
Like 19. So he should be like 51.
You don't hear us talking?
Nah. It say call in video station.
Can you check the encoder? Check the
Yeah,
encoder and
Oh, I hear you now.
Oh, you hear us? Okay, good.
I put the headphones.
They're probably gonna mess us up since we're talking.
oh, got a little delay.
Probably. What's that? That's coming from your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't know. Okay. Now this is actually like this made it even worse
What
that
made
he
it
not here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's even worse because like you know I don't like to look bad on camera and I'm looking bad right now because I don't know how to put it. I don't know. Something's lost.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we gonna talk through this whole thing. You the fucking you the commercial.
You the commercial.
You gotta play a skit from your rap group or whatever that thing is or something. You the
Listen.
commercial tonight, bro.
Freestyle.
Oh,
That's what's
Oh
up.
man,
Y'all sure y'all want that?
Yeah.
One day.
On a commercial.
Not at all.
He said not to.
Not at all. Check.
What you
That's
got?
when you go
Everybody got a
right.
verse. You go first, you go second.
You know it's going down right there.
I'm gonna jump in there then.
So all right, let's do our shot and then we gonna start. We will start with some K-Dot stories. I want to hear some embarrassing shit.
We gotta play one of his songs that he used to always play in high school. You got
What, Lil Bow?
no, not that one. Remember that? What's that? Tantro and.
Time to let you know.
Oh, yeah.
He ran that joint to himself.
And he used to listen to Fabulous.
I am not
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, K-Dot.
Hmm.
Woo!
Yeah,
That's nothing.
That is way better than that.
That's sugar water.
She said, "Oh, why you drink the water?"
And she said it's sugar water and she took a sip out of
No, it was actually smooth. It wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
It's healthy smooth.
drink that straight up?
It is. Hey, JW. You didn't miss much. We about to start over because I was messing up. Huh?
What you on live?
We looking at you.
Well,
Oh, my
that's Facebook
phone.
Live.
Oh, I'm just trying to see how this shit works.
Listen, look, one thing,
Who did the artwork here?
I don't know. I just showed up.
Sure.
Listen,
That's
I'm
like a
trying to
print.
tell you.
Yeah.
What's up, print?
Yeah,
It's
it
spread
looks
out.
good in here. Listen. All right, let me
But
show you.
somebody had to, you know what I'm saying?
They took their
Somebody
time
did.
and set it up fully hot.
Some nice little graffiti stuff.
Yeah.
Even that.
This is the new studio we in JW, so you'll be able to come on in a couple weeks or so. I don't know if I can't get this shit right. I don't know how long it's
She's
gonna last.
gonna get it right.
So this you do it every Monday night at 11?
Supposed to, but I don't know about doing it by myself now.
I come out here and see how it's crazy.
Okay. Well,
You get a
damn.
co-host?
I got a personality.
Who was my co-host?
I do.
Where the personality at? So y'all used to
You know, the man.
My work schedule.
Like he the biggest clown pointing to people. Like
My work schedule probably permit me to be committed.
It will.
Yeah. I mean,
it'll prevent them from
right?
being.
well,
It's
whoever
the blue
was
stuff.
Yeah, blue coming out. Huh?
all right, JW said he ready. He with it. He always been with it. JW came on Omni and he took over my show. You know what I mean? So that's what's up. By yourself, I'm with you. All right, thank you, JW. All right, so whoever wanna come up, you know, I had already put it out when I advertised it that it was open to hosting. You know, if anybody wanna come up and be a host for a day, but shit, I think I need my own training. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a trainer.
Was you doing this for a while?
Yeah, but I just don't remember it. And then the board is different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah, because we had our own setup. Every radio station is gonna be a little bit different. Their Sam broadcaster is actually different as well. But you know, it's the same concept, but I don't know. The buttons and stuff, and I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention. Like I told Dow, I'm like, listen, that's you. Cause he was gonna come on like he was my second, but he was gonna be the DJ. Because you know he always find good music and stuff like that. So
That was his first nickname.
what Benatti?
Yeah.
Where he get that from?
DJ Clue.
Yeah.
Right, remember DJ Clue? Like, nah,
Yeah.
he just took that joint and ran with it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That was his real nickname.
Yeah, because he always like in the basement and stuff like that. He had big speakers
And
and
strobe lights and all that.
he always a party.
So he wanted to go for a while then.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
He was in
Like,
there.
he was little kids, like we might be down in the basement, kind of make that shit a club. We be like, bro, it's just us here, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, I told somebody, I was like, you know what? Because the one that we had, you could actually see the amount of people that was logging on and listening and stuff. Yo, he would do a whole live show, same energy, everything for one listener. Because when we first started, you know what I'm saying? It was one, but you wouldn't know it was one person. The way he was talking.
But that's how you gotta treat it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Don't
it
matter.
is.
You know what I mean?
Like
Because
that
one
was not when
person.
you half-ass show like that.
Because if you start off doing half-ass, that's how your show gonna be. Period.
Right.
You gotta prepare yourself for a bigger audience. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how he was. He gave whatever he did. He gave 100%.
And the crazy thing about that is like from when he used to do it, he go all the way to like he went all the way up to DJ and legends and stuff like
Right.
that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right? He did.
Christian.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I really didn't know how big it was.
I ain't trying to talk about that.
The way he said he was.
Right, he did DJ about it.
There was one wedding that was really nice. I think y'all was on like Peach or something. Who wedding was
Yeah,
that?
that was
Okay.
Yeah,
That was nice. That was the skinniest one and shit.
Yeah, man.
Always.
He performed them. He did
his
a
thing,
good job.
Because he don't see that he ain't just DJ.
And it was like for his first time. Like I trust you, bro. Like this what it is. You've been doing this since we was young boys. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted you to come walk in the aisle, but I said, listen, I got a better thing for you. listen, throw you some bread. Come on over here, you DJ. I ain't gonna let nobody else DJ my thing.
That's nice. That's awesome. Yeah, he was
He had the little jokes and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one
Yeah,
thing.
he did good, man.
You already know that boy was a clown. His personality was infectious. Like he never was in front of nobody. He didn't feel like he could just be himself. You know what I mean? Like it's me, hate it or love it.
That's what it is.
People just gravitated to him. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? You seen the overwhelming, you know, at his show, like I mean, all the people was from different walks of his life, like high school, the tow truck, the radio, random people he might even met.
That's a
Like, you know
long
what I'm
way,
saying?
and
Like,
everybody thought they were his friend.
Right. Like you couldn't tell nobody there that they wasn't like his best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Or his girlfriend.
Or-
We gotta talk
yeah,
about that a little bit later. We gonna talk about that a little bit later.
That's a whole nother.
But you know what's so crazy about that?
What?
When we was growing up,
Right.
always like, let's say like Kyle never got girls and like that.
Right.
So for this to be like, for this situation to happen and see that
Right.
many females, I was just as shocked as y'all.
Like that.
I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't thinking about it.
Like
I
that.
wasn't.
Like
Yeah.
that. We thought you.
I'm sitting here like, what?
Yes. I'm shocked. I wouldn't.
But you
I'm
have
not
to
shocked.
say-
See, I know I should have had a camera on that bull.
You on the station?
Yeah, but it's stuff like that.
What?
You on the right
Dad?
now?
Yeah.
That's it for extra time. Huh?
Yeah.
No, it's still on there.
Alright, let me see your app. I didn't even write
All right, JW said things will get better with him.
It said bring the noise, public enemy about to play.
I typed in Philly Hot Radio. And then it said,
What phone you got, bro?
You got a cricket?
Oh, that's a joint. Yeah. I had it wrong. Yeah.
Oh, there's more than one?
you was listening to the other K-Dot.
Yeah, so okay, so tell me where y'all met K-Dot? Cal.
High school.
Basically,
High school?
that's where it all began was, you know what I'm saying?
Ninth grade.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying, between 9th and 10th grade.
Yeah.
It
Ninth grade, man, me and Kyle was together, and Lil Mike. Well, you
right,
know,
because I ain't
Hard Body Wilson.
I ain't
But
really get into
my name, Big Mine ain't come with us till 10th grade.
Right.
But we all knew each other, but
We used to all cut school.
What high school was it?
Roxbury.
Roxbury.
I was to cut school and take the 9 bus down to the subway and run through the trains and throw each other hats off the cars and stuff like that.
That's being badass boys.
Yeah,
We did a lot, man.
Who threw your hat in the
We
porno
do
studio?
Chris hat and porno.
That was
store.
fucking mine. What was sold, I think, yo? Seriously. I'm real weird.
Oh, remember Reg too?
Reg was with us, though. Yeah, Reg was definitely with us.
So they let you go in and get your hat?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you was going in.
Pick my head up.
Alright, pick my hat. I can't make no purchases.
No, I didn't know if they carded you to come in or, you know.
No.
Shit.
What
They,
was
they
that,
probably,
South Street?
they probably wouldn't even
Just went
care.
out Walnut.
Yeah.
You know, just stop at the Wawa and get the strawberry pies and the pizza.
Wawa was open when y'all was in high school?
Yeah. Wawa was
Yo,
popular.
we used to go to that Liberty place. Remember them chili cheese fries?
Oh yeah, Liberty Square,
Man.
right.
Yeah.
But then it was crazy though, because like what was it, 11th grade? That's when Kyle got the car, it's himself, right? His mom car, and we thought we was the shit. Like he was the only one driving,
Mhm.
and we would never be in school.
Anybody knows Torcell, that one was
Yeah.
but we ain't care because
And
it didn't matter.
it didn't look
Like,
little at that time.
and it didn't matter. If you got a car, it didn't matter, yo.
Right, as long as you was rolling,
Right.
right?
We was out.
Yeah, we definitely was. Like I said, like that one story where, you know, his mom, she used to clock the mileage, and one day he put like 100 miles on there one day.
Yeah,
ran.
ran.
He was the only ones with wheels. Used to talk great. They talk great. Like Chris got a car. I got a car. And Kyle got a Taurus. So we all three had cars. And we ride down Ridge Down. We playing bumping cars. We were making
Literally.
like
And y'all each other cars.
Yeah. We had.
When I say
we had the systems in there and
Yes.
everything.
Everybody had a system in their car. You know.
Hubcaps before rims.
Listen to the cold lights for the hubcaps and stuff. Yeah.
You had the spinners, man. I was like, yo, spin around way up the south side.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Bro, when you think back to that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because we talking about that to ourselves. Like, that nigga took me to take my driving test, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That nigga looked out because we all wanted to drive for the prime.
Yeah.
My dad was like, yo, I'm not getting no car, you don't have no license. I was like, you getting your joint. Like, that nigga, we practiced in his Taurus. We practiced, but when he came to go, he told his mom, like, yo, we need that joint. Mom was like, go ahead. We went down there, banged that joint out.
Definitely. I remember that, too.
Yeah, like, and it was last, like, it was clutch. Like, my pop was.
Yeah, because I listened.
Right.
I was driving with no registration.
It was
insurance.
We all did
No,
that.
none of that. You know what I mean?
And you
Just
know,
a
it
type.
wasn't even that strict.
I had the
back then,
license.
though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It wasn't strict
It
back
wasn't even
then.
strict
So
back then. So it was like,
we was out. I went to the auction, grabbed me a car for $150 for
right.
$150.
$150. The
Mercury
Smurf.
Topaz.
The
Mercury
Topaz. You know what I'm
Topaz.
saying? Remember that shit?
Like
Yes.
the flyest thing though.
And it
like,
lasted me 2 years.
Wow.
that's the thing. Like we all had cars.
That's what's up.
Like, we had cars. You know what I'm saying? At a young age.
Remember, we rolled out Delaware in that joint. That joint died on the way back. That shit was leaking transmission fluid the whole way from Delaware. Yeah.
Yeah.
That joint was tripping. Like, and
Kyle went down there with us too that time.
because he went to see Shalon.
Yeah, the Stranders thing.
Because he went to see Shalon.
Yeah.
Remember, he was talking to Rhonda's sister.
I thought y'all was so corny when y'all put them lights up in their joint.
With the black lights.
Yo,
You had blue lights.
there's the black light.
Yeah.
No, I had the blue light in there first.
He had the blue light.
In the car,
Yeah.
Yo,
Like,
Kyle came to pick me
yeah,
up.
we
one
had
day, right? So I came out with a regular shirt on.
and we
So
like
I'm
belly
like, he's
up
like,
in that joint.
yo, go put a white tee
Yo,
on.
yeah,
He's like, what? He's like, yo, go put a white tee on.
right.
I'm like, for what? He's like, yo, go put it. I'm like,
Yeah, I remember.
as soon as I get back, he's like, I'm like, like, you serious? Like,
Yeah, I remember that.
It's so serious. So
He
serious.
never let you get in the car and got a white t-shirt on.
You had that in the white
Because he wanted to
suit.
have the black light on in the car.
and that first time he
That's
didn't even explain it. I'm like, what? He like, yo, just go put
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, yo, like, what's
It probably looked hot, like going down
No,
the
we
street.
yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, that did like
Bad Boys was our spot.
Yeah,
We got all the lights.
he was like, he was insistent. I'm like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, I'll do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of memories.
Yeah, they didn't went from like high school then. Our first job, like I worked at Boston Market, he worked at Peace Side, but then we worked there for a couple months, and we all worked at Boscov's. Like all of it. Chris, you worked there too?
Were y'all?
No, I wasn't working there.
It was Liz.
No, wait.
I was at the nursing home though, but I remember when y'all got locked the hell up.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. Listen,
He was the only one that didn't work there, so it was me, Mike, Kyle, my man Mikey, Lindsay. She was at the
Remember, Rashida worked at the
Yeah, Rashida was there too.
please nobody call
No,
her.
Rashida
They
was
dropped the names and everything.
Rashida wasn't there.
Yeah, she was at what you call? She worked in the mall food court.
Oh yeah, the
Yo,
McDonald's,
she
right?
used to bring
They
you.
done moved up the red cup.
She used to bring.
Yeah.
You
Like,
already
look,
know.
I brought these little cute little cups in this shit. They like, red cups.
Yeah, you
No,
pour one
we
cup and we good.
There you go.
She came in that joint. She bought me a mitt. Like, hey, hold that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
She was robbing them motherfuckers blind, yo. She gave me a mitt, dog. Like, just hold that. I'm like, cool.
So y'all almost got locked up in
No, we
in-
did. I did. You know what I mean?
Lindsay
One
did.
of my friends did. Chick did, and my homeboy B did.
Oh yeah, B was there. That was
But B didn't work there. That was part of the setup.
the setup. Yeah.
They caught that boy at the bus stop.
But me and Kyle, we got arrested together though.
Oh,
And Manny, we wasn't even doing nothing. We was sitting there waiting for 27 to go to club meeting. And this guy thought we was trying to break into his car. Next thing you know, like these guys started chasing us. So we run, and next thing you know, the cops came and they threw us on the car. they threw Kyle in the car. He's like, it's hot. It's hot.
Oh my
Yeah, so that was our little arrest moment. But
I mean,
the more and more you sit and just think about it, like so many memories just come up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
they just keep popping like,
yeah, because like from Boscov, then we worked at Dick's together.
right?
Then we worked
Oh,
at Old
yeah.
Navy together.
I was at Old Navy.
We always
Yeah,
had Dicks.
because we had different shifts. Remember,
When I say we
used
did
to
everything
switch cars,
together,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did
like I
everything
come pick
together.
you up, you
Yeah,
take
I'm
the car, then you
seeing
go
that.
back, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, like one time we was living together, like you know what I'm saying? Like he just came live with me, like
I remember we was at Old Navy. I was talking to this young lady and
Oh,
Kyle.
that's a young lady. Let me tell you, I got some stories about Hardbody Wilson. Young lady.
This is
Wait.
wait.
So, but Kyle was talking to her best friend.
Mhm.
So like a month into us talking, we decided that we wanted to switch girls. So we had switched.
Oh.
Next thing you know, the girl that he was talking to wound up being my girlfriend, and the girl that I was talking to wound up being his girlfriend.
Wow.
It was crazy. Now that young lady, that was what she.
So wait. So wait,
Dang.
did y'all have sex with him before y'all switched?
I can't say that.
No,
You already
can't
said it.
disclose
Oh,
that.
yeah, I can't.
No, I mean I'm just saying because if y'all did, that just shows like a really good bond.
Oh,
You don't want to
yeah,
hear
yeah, yo,
about
You guys.
Not bondage.
Yeah,
I didn't say bondage. That's a whole nother.
No,
step.
not bonded, but
Yeah,
that ain't nothing.
that is
Oh,
kindergarten.
Right. At least it was a switch.
Yeah, that was
Same time, man.
Wait, I missed it.
I'm sitting here like I'm looking at my.
I'll put it like this. When I say we got stories,
Yeah, y'all don't want to know
we
these
got
stories.
Don't
Well, I already know.
don't mentally damage you.
I think maybe you probably already remember, but back when we was at MCP, I think I probably showed you something. But you probably don't remember that. But what I showed you is probably something that happened at that time in your life.
I need another one.
There you go.
I can imagine.
Bitch,
Y'all
get
did.
it, get
I
it
got three
right.
brothers.
Get a ring cup.
You gotta get a red cup, man.
I gotta get a red cut.
No, that's it.
Oh, you got
Oh,
a
good,
red
good.
cup?
Thank God.
Been a whole
No, it's right there.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, there you go.
She said,
Come on, Blue, you gotta get a red cup too.
Nah,
Yes, you do.
I'm a designated microphone.
She's still working on that.
Yes.
All right.
You
I
got
got
some?
mango juice.
You got water too, though.
No, we don't mix this.
You don't
I'm
mix.
just listen. I just brought it for safety reasons. I don't want nobody to go home and be like, all that good stuff. So back to y'all running the train. What happened?
Oh,
Train. You
Yeah,
in the train.
isn't that what I missed?
No, you missed over that.
I thought you said y'all ran the
We
train.
was talking about dicks. I mean, working at dicks.
I'm like, wait, how I missed the dick story? Wait, what? Y'all missed the dick story?
Fill in the blanks.
Oh, my.
They said
That's Wendy Williams.
switch
man.
Right.
Ain't no slow Wendy right
How you doing?
Oh, now
you
y'all
still
done woke me up. What about
No.
the dicks now? Y'all
No,
made me
we worked at Dick's.
The
Yeah.
store,
The sporting goods.
the athletic sporting.
Yeah. Then we worked at Old Navy.
Right.
Yeah.
niggas are trying to clean up. We go there and he and
Nah, I
Dick's
definitely
Sporting
heard
Goods.
something about dicks and it was not the store.
no,
You
they
just
said
said
it's the store.
The only thing
But-
you talking about
Sporting
is
goods,
the
sir.
trains
But
and
they
stuff
did
like that.
say the switching girlfriends was PG-13 kindergarten stuff.
Oh.
So
So then the trains had to be like X-rated.
Trains,
Trains,
cars,
cars, and automobiles.
like Amtrak.
We used to switch cars a lot.
We went up the whole Northeast
Right.
So let me ask you. So everybody in your how many brothers? It's like
we missing one right now.
Yeah. Hopefully he's coming. Big Mike.
It was literally our circle. This is our circle.
Yeah.
Kyle plus.
it's supposed to be 2 months.
That's 2 months.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Chris and Mikey.
There was a light skinned guy and the one with the foot.
We not worried about
Oh, my foot cool now.
Oh, that you was the one with the foot.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
It ain't cool, but I don't need
You
this.
said light
I
skin.
don't need
I thought you talking about the other one.
When I was at the house, the last one to leave. Okay.
Mike.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
She talking
no.
about it.
Yo, that's no. You know
Let's
what?
skip that.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
I'm about to
Alright,
say
so
let's set the
basically
record straight.
everybody is married but Kyle, right? Everybody was married in some form.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Alright.
Just thinking all the time.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Can we talk about the trains now?
That's it. Let's get some girls first.
Oh,
I'm just wondering, like, and I mean, I'm a person that go off of energy, and y'all do have a very good energy, with each other. Even when because I don't think I met you guys before
Right.
that, unless you came to like Chuck's, but maybe it might have been like real quick. Like I don't think
it might have been something like,
Yeah.
I don't think I sat down and met anyone. Like,
I don't even remember you getting that shirt.
well, I got it after you left, I think.
After hour.
Were you at the house when
no, you went
after the fish fry?
Oh
I did
yeah,
a fish
you
fry.
wasn't.
No.
Yeah, I had to put my PayPal shit. Make it go through first, but I'm just saying, huh?
Wow.
Damn, that's that. Yo, bro.
No, I'm just fucking
No,
around.
you ain't.
No, she did give it to me on good faith. I did have to pay for it, but she did give it to me first. She,
But you gave her some bread.
Yeah,
That's a good
I had
thing.
to support because you know what? The one thing, and everything, and I don't know how y'all felt, but my thing was like, he was such a good dude. He had to be respected going out. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to pay for a shirt or some socks or some shit,
And that's how it is. It's like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Not bragging them, but it's like when you go to that event, okay, the ticket $15, but this is for my man. You know what I'm saying?
right?
You know what I mean? I'm not just giving you $15. You know what I'm saying? This for my man. Now, what you do with it, if you want to tarnish his, his legacy, that ain't on me.
Some got ulterior motives, man. So we gotta keep it at that. Something with that.
Right. We gonna talk about that because I do want to discuss some things about that, but let's do the good stuff first, and then we can double into that.
No, we go bad stuff first, and then go good.
Bad stuff.
Right,
first.
on the bad
Good.
Right.
You don't never do that.
Well, no,
You
I was
don't
going
never
to
do
Storming the cash.
no, I was going to do a good thing, but it was like
No,
different.
you go bad, then
And
good.
good.
And it ain't even really.
You got to
I
end
wouldn't
it good.
I
You
wouldn't
gotta
even
end it
say
great.
bad. It's
No,
just.
it's not bad.
It's
just,
about the respect factor type deal. Like
this is what you get with death. And
we
death
ain't
comes
trying to,
around
air nobody out.
with black families. Sometimes you're just going to get that
You gonna see a different side, right?
all the time. It never fails.
Right.
Even people that you think are so holy,
Right.
or you know what I mean, they are God-fearing people.
Hello.
What's
Hello, my friend PDQ.
What's going on?
These are K-Dot's brothers.
What's up? What's going on, bro?
All right. Yeah. So that's how it go though.
Yeah. So okay, well let's just jump into the black funeral then. So I thought fish fries happened after the funeral. Or not at all, right?
Yeah, well, in this case, it was more of a, like a gathering and fundraising type situation.
Did that hurt y'all? Cause it hurt me.
I mean, knowing as much as we know, that, you know, some stuff we not even gonna
No, I don't want you
get
to go
into,
into
but
that, right.
like certain parts did, you know what I mean, hurt. Because it's when you know how he would have did stuff and how things should have been did, like
Yeah,
you know
he would have did it totally different.
through the whole process, it should have been more of a celebration or memorial type of situation. Like, you know what I mean, everybody, we just was talking about how infectious his, you know, his persona was. Like, I don't care what was going on, he wouldn't want it to be doom and gloom. You know what I'm saying? That's just how he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had the ability to bring that out of people, even if you wasn't in the mood for something. You know what I mean? Kyle fuck with you, you be like, yo, get away from me, get up. Next thing you know, y'all, you know what I mean?
Right.
Y'all busted it up or whatever. But, you know what I mean? As far as that, like, yeah, some stuff, and I ain't even gonna say hurt like that, but like,
No, what it
like disrespect type
So
of,
you expect.
or like tarnishing, you know,
Yes.
legacy. Like,
Yes.
and I don't know if y'all remember, like, that's what I spoke like, because legacy important to me. Like,
Right.
you know, what you leave is beyond material things. Like, you leave a legacy. Like, you know, he ain't had no kids, but he still left a legacy.
Right. And you know, to touch on that, he was a private dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you really didn't know
Right.
things about him. He
Right.
let you know what he wanted you to know. And for it to just be put out there like that,
Right.
I really felt some type of way. And I'm not even this close.
Right.
You know, I came in on the back end, I think, I've only been around him maybe since like 2014.
Right.
You know, so I felt hurt.
Right.
So I could just imagine what somebody closer would feel
Right.
like, yo, like, are you kidding me?
Right.
And mine will tell you, like I was blowing him up. Like, listen, what is this? Like, I woke up to that shit. Like, you know,
Yeah.
he came in drinking something. What you drinking?
OJ on the OJ.
So yeah, I did feel some type of way about that. So.
I think it's more the aftermath is what's affecting everything now. You know what I'm saying? It's just different things that's just be thrown up in the air and stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, Kyle was a loving man. He was a well-respected man. I just think they should just be handled differently.
Definitely.
Right.
Like, they should definitely be handled differently.
But as far as like all the jokes on the black funeral go, like I guess it was all along the same lines, you think?
What you mean
Like, you know, when people be like fundraisers, GoFundMe, fish fry, you know what I'm saying? It's like it fit into the regular, even though it shouldn't have happened, but it, you know what I mean? I don't know.
GoFundMe is the new life insurance.
Right.
That's
GoFundMe is the new
that is
concept.
just to make people try to make money off that.
Yeah, like people these days do not know, obviously don't know about life insurance. Like if you have life insurance, you don't have to use GoFundMe.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, like if you just look at all the deaths that you have seen in the last couple of years when
Can
it's
those
GoFundMe.
phones go on mute? I mean, it's ratchet enough already on the show.
But
sorry.
if you look at all the funerals that have been out in the last past 2 years, how many GoFundMes you saw?
It was a lot.
It was
Then
a lot
you gotta-
of life insurance. So
and then you
people
got-
expect you to pay for somebody's funeral that can have life insurance.
Then you got to worry about if it's legit. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's
the
other
main
thing.
thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's the main thing. But the thing that we learned out of this situation is life insurance is a must,
Right.
and a will is a must.
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
And
Click
you see
and leave
from
that.
Well, you think he should have had a will?
Oh yeah.
you should have
rules.
Everybody
Everybody should have a will.
Right.
But
I mean, well,
get it.
The
But it
thing,
don't
the
matter.
thing with
Having
Kyle,
some right
is the thing with Kyle is different. Okay, it's totally different. You know, your child came out here with a sickle cell disease.
Right,
That's number one.
right,
So it's no telling when he's gonna come or go.
right.
So a will should be in place. You know what I'm
But
saying?
even beyond that,
But
just
it's
having it in writing.
beyond all that. Have anything in writing, but
that way it's no BS.
So
but
nobody
even
can
if you
say
have it,
He
I'm
wanted me
telling
to
you.
do this. He wanted me to do that because it's all boom, right?
But what
here.
I'm telling you is, even if you have it in writing, your writings, if you have it notarized, it means nothing here in the city of Philadelphia. You gotta have that thing down there, sign down that city hall in Danucci's office. Period.
Interesting.
Period.
But
Because when my mom passed, I'm telling you right now, when my mom passed, it was a whole. I went through everything, like the whole family wars. The whole family
But that's
wars.
the thing.
Now I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about belongings. I'm talking about property, money, power of attorney, all that, all that. So if you don't have it signed down there at City Hall, the words though, okay, well we got this notarized copy to say this and that. That's not acceptable. The next kin will get anything that's going there.
right.
And I had my dad down there, and my mom before I was even thought of, they was divorced. He was down there looking up and see if they still was married. And they didn't
How
even
long were
think
they married for?
they was married for probably about 10 years before we was even thought of, me and my brother. So
that was in the like 70s, right?
the 70s, and they got a divorce. And then
his mom was passed what 3 years ago, 4 years
3
ago?
years ago.
3 years ago.
About 4 years ago. It's 4th year this year.
Well, that's my thing. It's like I can see if you are a parent, then yeah. You know, you a family man, then yeah. But he was just
No, you
And I'm
need that.
No.
to leave to who though? Like nieces and nephews? Like
It doesn't matter.
Too
It's what whoever he wants to leave.
A will doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave it towards your family.
No.
Right.
You leave it to the person who you wanted to leave it to.
Right.
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 It's just point blank period.
That's what needed to be happening. Like everybody, like nowadays, like you don't want to just go and then watch your family spazzing over what's theirs or what
You
these
scrambling. It's
like,
too much
no,
scrambling.
that's mine. No, that's mine. No, that's mine.
Too
Like,
much scrambling.
that's going to.
Anybody got nothing to leave. A will. The true purpose of a will is to give your last and proven testament. So what you want to have done to it. So like I want to be cremated. I don't want to be buried. I think
Right.
it's a waste of fucking money.
Right.
So if I got it in my will, it can't be contested. Even though my sisters, all of them know that I want to be cremated, but you tell people what you want. It's
Yeah,
not
we're gonna
nobody
do it.
guessing.
It's real.
That's Mr. PDQ over there. I know he sound like a whisper.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, let me tell you about my experience with this. Unfortunately, previous years, this young lady that she's like a goddaughter to me. She passed away suddenly, and they were asking for money. And I thought about it real hard, and I decided not to do it. I'm gonna tell you why. When I do things to help the parent while the child is alive,
Right.
to me, the parent should at least do something. Like you know what I mean? Like, and it was hard for me not to do it. And when I explained to the person, I was like, I can't do this right now. I gotta get my $3,000 for my roof. I can't do it.
Right.
It was like, okay, bye.
They automatic flip on you.
Okay, bye. That's what I got.
Shut you right down.
But not taking the years where I put money in their hand, had to live staying in my house, buying them coats and all that.
It
Not
don't
none of
count.
that.
It don't
But
count.
I'm like,
It's almost like
it's your responsibility. And I'm like, I was pissed because I'm like, when they were younger, you got help.
Mm-hmm.
This time, just do this by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do what you have to do as a parent by yourself, and don't make everybody feel guilty about it. Because it was like, you trying to make people feel guilty about it. And then my Scorpio turned on like,
are you a Scorpio?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yeah, we all Scorpio.
Wow.
really?
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio.
And then Kyle was Taurus.
Wow. Yeah. And it's just so.
It's almost like you have a job. You work at your job all these years, and then you get fired. You look at your job like, well, yo, I did all this. I came for overtime. I did all this for you. They don't care, right? It's the same. It's the same thing. Same thing. That's the same thing with death. Like, no matter what you say after that person is gone, doesn't matter.
It hurt my heart not to do it, but I said I'm not gonna do it.
It doesn't matter.
And see, as a people, we ain't used to that neither. Like, how many of our parents had, wills and all that kind of
Kind of stuff like that.
My mom made me at 24.
Yeah,
She
well,
was
when
like, here you go, honey. Here you
when
go.
I first got married, and my mom and my dad, they said the first thing we need to do is get life insurance.
Mhm.
We got right on that.
You got 3.
Because literally your priorities immediately change.
But that's,
Exactly.
I'm not trying to see you talking about you so much.
Especially with kids, man.
Yeah,
Especially with kids.
yeah, that's
You don't want them fighting or.
Mhm.
And
And then the thing with the elders in our days, I think they hid a lot. They didn't tell us as much as we need to know.
They didn't know a lot.
Right.
I'm not saying they did. I'm not saying they didn't. No, they knew about it, but they don't want it. They never wanted us to scare. They never wanted to scare us. They never wanted to scare us as their children.
As far as they didn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, but you got
They didn't
you
want
gotta prepare your kids for
I
that.
think that
You know what? I actually meant to bring this book. There was a young woman wrote this book, How to Lay Me Down to Rest. And it's a real thin little book, and it's like you fill it in. You write all the stuff on what you want, how to dress, how to dress in the casket, this, that, and other, if you want to be cremated or buried. It was a good book. It was like $5.99 or
You
whatever.
can go to Staples
Hey,
and get
Taya.
a real kid.
Right.
Well, I know, but she wrote a book, and I
And
thought it was cute.
Right.
Imagine
Yeah.
having the will and life insurance where you say do this and you got the money to do it.
it will
Like, you know
the
what
flow,
I'm
the
saying?
flow
Like,
will be so
right.
good.
It's like cut and
It'll be
dry.
no fish
You know what I'm
fries,
saying?
no
Right.
GoFundMe.
Like,
Plus, a will is a transfer of wealth.
right.
Yeah, that's
how,
it.
That's how white folks start
That's
to
it.
wealth.
That's even if the life insurance gonna fall through, you still got a backup plan. My mom always had a backup plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She said, "Listen, cremate me, Chris. I don't care what you gonna do. Y'all need to cremate me, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to be wasting no money on anything." But at the time, I said I still wanted to view my mom.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I didn't honor her wishes all the way to where as though she just wanted a memorial with a daggone urn or anything like that. But you still hold on because you feel as though like it's unbelievable. It's really
That's how I
unbelievable.
felt.
It's with Kyle, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just on the snap of the blink, like just talking, like we just talked on the phone. Ain't even get a chance to link up.
Right.
It's bull gone.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
a scary thing. It's definitely always scary.
But you know what,
But-
though? When Kyle passed, my cousin in Virginia, she was murdered around the same time. I never spoke upon it because I was grieving with Kyle because I was closer to Kyle than my cousin. But from October to now, I had 6 deaths.
Wow.
So 6 months, 6 deaths. Family deaths.
They say that happens in 3s.
It does.
6. You know what I'm
Double
saying?
that.
So when you say you scared to death, yo, it's so crazy.
No, I
That's-
never said I'm scared.
No, but what I'm saying, like, it's so crazy because I became so numb to it's like death is just completely different to me now. Like it was a time.
When I called you was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like it was a time where it's just like some people are afraid to die. It's like, but you seeing it so rapidly. It's like
It's inevitable.
oh, it's
Yeah,
so crazy,
that's it.
man.
It's almost like
That's one thing that's guaranteed in life.
Yeah,
That's
taxes
one thing you guaranteed in life, man.
Yeah,
Is death.
yeah, like
And I'm telling you that right now.
And it's crazy because I just was at Kyle's funeral with y'all, you know what I mean? I paid the cut, but
Okay.
just on Friday, my cousin just passed away, 41 years old from cancer.
Wow.
41.
It's crazy,
Same
man.
age, man. She just passed away from cancer. Like, I think sometimes we take these dates and these for granted. Like, just seeing somebody. That's why I got this thing now. If my spirit tell me to call you, I'm gonna call you.
right.
Did I just say that? I said that at the
Yeah.
beginning of the show.
Listen to those.
Yeah.
I don't play no games with that, man. Other
See,
days,
but
I'm like,
that the thing is with me, some folks don't even answer their phone. They look at your
But you-
phone
but
and
you-
like,
I did what I was
they be
supposed to
like,
do.
that's what I'm saying.
You did your good deed.
I
I did what I was supposed to do.
So you got that good deed. I know I'm
You don't feel that guilt.
I ain't
It's
feel
like
nothing.
when I got that little, you know what I mean? Whether you answer or not, I did what
Yeah,
I
I did
felt
what I
like
was
I
supposed
needed
to
to
do.
do.
If you call me 2-3 days a month later, then all right,
Yeah, I
cool.
called.
If I'm still here, then I feel it. You know what I mean? I feel where that's coming from.
And I think
man.
it's different levels of stuff. Like talking about a parent, like you lose a parent.
Right.
Even though that's the proper way of, that's the proper succession of life. You know, it's still a struggle. I mean, it took me almost 10 years to get with my pops. That I go by PDQ because that was his nickname.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And see that's how I feel, man.
Hey,
It
you
took
say
me
your
a
mom,
long
I think
time for
mom is
bro.
different
Right.
though, man. I never say
That was
but
one of us, right?
It depends on your situation to me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that it really depends on your situation. You know what I'm saying? You might be in a situation where you got the mom and pop there. You still looking up to your pop. You know what I'm saying? Or you got your mom just raising you. That's all I know was my mom. My pop was around, but he ain't around like my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like these my folks. Like if I lose them today or tomorrow, I'm sick. I'm sick.
be like that.
You know what I'm saying? But I know I dealt with it because I lost that close one to my heart. I lost a lot of close ones to the heart.
That's
You
why
know
I was
what I'm
taking
saying?
pictures,
So
man.
Like
that's how I feel, man.
Download like
No.
I don't like having all that shit on my
I
phone,
don't
so
know.
I put it
I
on my
ain't gonna
phone.
lie, it hit me hard because I haven't had a lot of deaths. You know, I haven't had a lot of people that's close to me die. So it was just like Friday, you know what I'm saying? It was just like I took it really, really hard.
Yeah, so if you never been through that, you won't even understand sometimes.
No, you know on the low though, I'm gonna tell you, I felt like shit with K-Dot because I knew K-Dot's situation. And so when K-Dot popped back up on social media, I was like, oh shit, he home. Right? I see his joint come up, I said, oh, I'm gonna get at it.
Right.
And I don't say nothing to him. Then I get, yo, like fuck.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yo,
When you get that
that feel, man, you gotta follow that
Yeah.
feel, man. That feel is real, man.
Yeah.
You can't deny it.
Cause I think I talked to him for like 15 minutes after he got home, but it was the whole like, yo, we gonna link up type of joint. Like that day never came.
We were supposed
We
to.
were supposed to link up. What was like
All
first
of
week,
us, like
first week of March. We were supposed to link up that Friday. Cause I talked to him for like maybe like an hour, and it was so funny because he was like, yo, you know the boy LGP Quad? You know that little the young boy that be rapping, dope young boy. He's like,
who the heck is that?
The boy, the voice of the youth boy.
Yeah,
the
the
boy that's
little
out there.
boy,
Yeah.
He just got out of jail.
He was locked up with Kyle.
Oh, really?
He was locked up with Kyle. He was like, yeah, we was booked together, and I was like,
He
dang.
got out with one hand.
Yeah, but
Just Taya said, hey PDQ.
Hey,
what's
Said,
up?
let people know how you feel about them now.
Right. And then the one thing I hate too is that we wait to we are reactive people.
Right.
That frustrates the shit out of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like instead of being in front of, we always reactive. So now it's like even when death in the family comes, something happens. It's like you see your cousin, y'all don't never talk.
Right.
Yo, we gonna
Yeah. We gonna get together.
and we never
Never follow through. There's no follow through.
We do that all.
But
the
you know
time.
what?
No follow through.
We do that, but one thing I can say about all of us, and even Kyle was able to experience this, but it's like we all link up at least once a year to go on vacation or do something. Like we've been doing that
For like the last 4 years at least.
That's
4
dope.
years.
At least the last, definitely.
We did something.
Yeah.
But I think it's a blessing to have that camaraderie. Like I ain't really had that. I know a lot of people, but I don't have that type of.
Because it was more. It's like all right, we grew up together, so like our kids, like all our kids know each other. You know what I mean? So it's like now we just trying to push it down and make it go down to the next generation.
Yeah, so they do the same thing.
But even with Kyle, we're not having no kids. Like we was at Ocean City.
can.
Do you see the video when I was tour of Ocean City? When Kyle was carrying me back to that back to the room. Yeah, we was all there at the Ocean City.
Oh, you got the pics off his phone too, right?
Oh yeah, see, I did. See, that's what I said. We got a lot of memories. Some memories we can't disclose. But we was there at Ocean City.
You did talk about trains and dicks earlier, but
Ah, cut it out.
sporting goods.
Yeah, Dick's
Right.
Sporting Goods. We worked at Dick's
Sporting Goods.
Sporting Goods.
This is the censorship right
I told her she Whitney Williams,
All
man.
I heard is dicks and trains. That's all I heard.
I didn't know.
No, but we was down in Ocean City and we all got wasted, man. This Caucasian guy, he had came to the bar. He had a black card.
Dang.
He was buying everybody drinks, and we just got.
We made friends with that nigga real quick. Like he was like.
Yo, oh my god, we got tore up.
It was to the point where he was like following us, like he thought he was our friend. Like we had to tell him, like, yo, bro,
we bought the subway. We bought the subway from the club. The subway's like a block out from the club, and mine did tell me, was like, yo, like, what you say to him?
Yeah, I told him, I was like, yo, we done, dog. Like,
Yeah,
like we cool. And he was like, I understand.
Like y'all done drunk all
Right.
Yeah.
Like, he literally was
put a stack on his back.
Damn, you could have gave him the night. Like, damn.
Like, yeah, you gonna take me with you?
By then, we had left the joint.
No,
He was trying to follow us to where our next.
No, before we left, I blessed Subway with a bunch of fun.
Well, we know that, yeah. But remember, he was trying to follow. He didn't even make it to Subway with us.
Yeah,
like,
but Kyle carried me back to the room, and I remember like walking down the street. The only thing I do remember for that, like he was stuffing meatball sandwich in my mouth. He's like, yo, you gotta eat this to soak the liquor right. You gotta eat this, and I couldn't even talk. Like I was tore up.
yo, this boy was bent. Like he lost his phone.
You ain't see the video? Oh yeah.
He lost his phone. The next day, we trying to find his phone.
You ever saw the movie
Hangover
Hangover?
phone. Looking at pictures like, oh, we was here at
You ever see the movie
12:30.
Hangover?
We was here at 1:30.
Did y'all find the phone?
No.
I lost my phone.
We know he left. He had that left it at the bar. Like we was so bent at the bar. Like
That guy had it. He would have returned it had y'all had
Yeah.
hang
He probably had it in his pocket.
Yeah.
That's why he was
Well,
found.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. You already know he had that
He
thing.
found it later on. Like, y'all don't want to hang with me?
like we was out there like random people like. Mike had somebody's cigar, smoking somebody's cigar. We picking
When
up.
I say
like,
it was uncut.
we,
like, it
we
was
got
so,
white women just kissing us and like it was just like
Well, I say anytime we go out, like all of us, even if one of us is missing,
right.
you know what I'm saying, we always have a ball. You know what I'm saying? We try to party to, you know what I mean, we can't party no more.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You gotta live life to the fullest, man.
And because
That's
now
the one thing Cal did, man.
And
You
because
live
now
life
that
to
we
the
grown,
fullest,
like
man.
it don't happen that often.
Then it is like.
Wait a minute. Look at that shit.
Man, my nigga. Hard body. We out here.
Hard body. Look, he called you hard body today, man.
Oh, you big.
Bent,
Yeah, he done.
Oh my
He
goodness.
done.
And Kyle recorded a whole judge.
Yo, the funny part is your hat ain't moved though.
When I fall down, watch when I
That's where
fall
you
down.
fall. Just wait. Look. No. I can't hold you up too.
Yo, that's classic.
That's real wet. Got him right up. Where is saying
What
that? He lost that too.
that's the kind of loyalty.
But look, listen to what he said right there. He said we have to put
Pearly
gates.
gates, baby.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He said we have to put the gates, baby.
He called you smart too.
Yeah, he always goes.
That's the thing. Like that moment when he said that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
it's like,
Did you catch that prior to this happening? Did you catch that? Him saying that prior to?
Right, like did you
Nope.
notice him
No.
saying that?
no,
Right.
no.
Ain't no.
Because
It was
I
just a
didn't
video.
I didn't get that video until after this happened because that was in his phone. Like Kyle,
They ain't
the
know.
one thing about Kyle, he
Oh,
would
yeah.
he would take a lot of pictures.
And he ain't giving.
He will hold them joints hostage. He will hold them joints hostage. He's like, no, you ain't getting that joint.
So how y'all getting his phone though?
Well,
Oh, his people
yeah,
got
and
his
then I'm
They
saying,
got everything.
yo,
They got everything.
and then
I'm
That's
telling
good.
you.
You might find some
This
shit
boy
there.
he got pictures of us back when we was in high school.
Oh wow.
Young boys with chicks and everything. Like,
Right, like I had braids, dog. Like,
yeah. Me too.
Wait, braids and skinny.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Crazy
Yeah.
shit, y'all.
yeah, but
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, there's just certain things like that. Like when he said that, and I'm sitting there looking at the video when he was like, "We have to pearly gates." I'm like, "Damn, like that's crazy."
remember we went and got them airbrush shirts underneath the bridge on Lehigh.
Dude,
It was
We
down
got the
Lehigh.
car joint.
I thought it was at Fifth Street.
No, we
Fifth
was at,
Allegheny.
we was at, it was under that bridge at Lehigh. The white boys did them joints right up. And I had this joint with this dog with the middle finger up. I didn't even, to be totally, I really didn't notice. And I got home, I'm wearing this shit because we had class shirts for school. And we was like, man, we not buying that shit. Like,
Right.
we getting our own
We
shit.
getting our own
This
shirts
joint had a
made.
dog in the middle of it. My mom seen that shit, was like, what is that? Kyle was like, he got number one. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, it's number one. Like, I'm like, my nigga, because I'm like, oh shit, this nigga
You know what
is
you
like,
say.
you know what I'm saying? Like, the dog, like,
That's dope.
because he had the
Yeah.
joint with the cars.
Yeah. I don't know what I had.
You had the dog, because we both had dogs. Y'all both had cars on y'all joint.
Cause y'all was
Into them cars.
car boys, man.
And
I
that's
think
I was
the
in my
purpose of
deal.
creating memories, man.
Right.
Because the memories that create the times that when
Right.
you feel sad, you know what I mean?
Right.
Laughter always
Yeah.
drowns
That's
out
it,
negativity.
sorry.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about, especially something like that. You
Right.
know that video.
Right.
You just
Right.
laugh for a
Funny,
good
right.
15
Right.
minutes
That's it.
right there. Like,
That's it.
but stop it before he say the pearly gate shit.
Right.
Oh, hold on.
That's
Let's
gonna take.
That's when he gonna be boo-hooing.
Yeah.
Mr. Hardbody.
I'm surprised he could even manage you. Cause are you
That,
thinking
but that's
That's what he
that's
said,
That's
the
what I'm
Jones.
saying.
That's why we said he was the
Like,
strongest
he
one
was the
out of all
strongest.
of us.
He was the strongest one out of all of us, no matter how much weight you live for anything. Because at the end of the day,
He had that burden that he was bearing. Like,
we seen this man at his lowest point.
right.
I remember when we was in high school and they was talking about, you know what I mean, he was about to go.
Right.
Half the
Yeah.
high school left.
Bounce.
He went to the high school.
Wow.
Oh,
Even
wow.
security was like,
Yeah.
go ahead, yo, like, cause they knew, like, y'all not stopping us from leaving this joint.
It was to the point where when we was younger, he was in the hospital so much. Like I used to go up there just to steal his snacks,
Right.
and then
He
leave.
used to be mad.
Yo,
we used to eat before we get up there. He be like, yo, y'all niggas smell like cheese steaks. Y'all niggas ate and ain't bring me nothing.
Wait, I
Like,
don't know if you remember when you said jeans, right? Yo, because I'm an annoying one. Like I always annoy everybody.
Strong,
To
dog.
this day, I'm still annoying.
Right.
Yeah.
It was to the point where one time we went up to jeans and I was sitting there, I don't know why I said to him, but he hit the morphine button. He was like, get out my room, yo, get out. He kicked me out of his room, yo, but
that was the other thing. Like one day, like we was out there, I used to, get on or whatever, and I was going through something with this chick, whatever, and I was like, yo, this joint ain't even getting me hot. I said, hey, take this. This thing gave me a morphine pill, and I'm like, I'm not taking it. I took that. I'm like,
no. And speaking of lot, right? So one day it was me and Kyle. We was working at Old Navy, and it was snowing this day, and my had Kyle. What was it?
oh
Taurus?
yeah, no, that was the Stratus. That nigga let me hold the Stratus.
That
dog.
was the Stratus.
That was the Stratus.
So mine had the Stratus to go to this girl house. So when me and Kyle ride down, we was in my car. We was like, yo, let's just go take. He was like, I'm gonna take my car, and like somebody
That was
stole the car.
worst, dog.
So we went down to Sparksy and Sparks and O. It was Sparks and O guys, right?
Yep.
We went down there. Kyle took his car. We moved it around the corner. So
I came out the joint, dog. I'm like, I'm already like,
So he called Kyle. Wait, he called Kyle. He was like, yo. He's like, yo, somebody stole your car. But the whole time we had it though. That shit was so
cause
funny.
Kyle was like, what?
Yeah,
My
we had to play it
nigga,
out.
like, how somebody steal my, like, I let you hold my car. Like, I just got that joint. I'm like, yo, dog, like, I ain't do nothing. Like, I went in, came out, ain't no car.
I ain't do nothing.
I'm like, I ain't do it.
Yo.
Oh my God.
But yeah, look, that joint, first of all, like, I know where I park. So I come out the joint, I'm like, maybe I park down the street, take that walk, like, yo, hold up, maybe it's down there.
That was the blowing day. We wasn't blowing it though.
No, we wasn't even blowing.
We wasn't blowing it that.
This was just on a regular, like,
These boys used to listen. They go to the cribs and we know we parked up at the crib. Y'all used to egg shit, throw all types of food. We used to bomb each other cars all the time. So we can go there and get a car wash all the time, man. I used to hate that. I'm like, I'm gonna go kill these niggas, man.
That's the
I was
shit.
gonna
Y'all-
kill 'em.
I don't think y'all realize like just the laughter, y'all. Like from the time I walked into right now,
Right.
man, just the shift of energy Yeah, I mean that happened just from talking about what was and the memories. I think that's what life's about, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you leave, man, they say it ain't about the day you come in or the day you leave. It's what you do with the dash.
Right.
What you do with the dash. What you gonna say? What can they say about you and your dash? Because your dates don't really mean shit. You can't control those. You know what I'm saying?
One thing about us, so anytime we get together, like I'm the photographer guy, so we got mad pictures, mad videos, like. This is what we do, man. This is what we do, you know what I'm saying?
And it's been going on for
It's
so
been like
long.
that.
Yeah.
Like
We was the first ones in high school with a video camera.
Yo, our last 3 days in high school. You had the video camera first?
Yeah, I had the video camera first.
Like,
Oh yeah, I'm about to bring mine too.
We all had video cameras. Video camera on the girls' skirts and
Right,
stuff like that.
all that young boy stuff.
We
Like
did all that.
Yeah, y'all would catch a case.
Right,
Shit.
right.
No, it was love back then.
Nah,
It
man,
was
like
love.
when I say, I can literally say like we did it all, yo.
Right.
We did it all.
Yeah.
We did it all.
Shit.
The women loved us, man.
And the crib.
And we was the first with cars. The first with cars in high school.
Yeah.
The first.
We tell them I was still on the X6. Let me get that.
Talk great. You couldn't tell us.
Not that at all.
All of us, like you couldn't
Why
tell
high school
us.
y'all went to?
Roxbury.
And remember when we went bowling that night after his John, a couple people from Roxborough or whatever, like they was even saying like cause we had different charters. We was in the high tech charter. Everybody wanted to be high tech. And they even admitted it that night, like, all right, y'all niggas was thorough. Like,
Hey, y'all high tech.
hey,
Like,
you know what I'm
come
saying?
on, man.
Like y'all already know what it was, dog.
You transferred though.
Who?
You.
No, I didn't.
What's your communications?
Come on, man. Don't try to play me, dog. Communication. You might as well.
No, he wasn't with us in that grade.
He wasn't with us in that grade.
I wasn't in. I just was hanging with Abbotsford niggas because I ain't know nobody, so I just was hanging with niggas
But
that
you
I
ain't
knew.
started off in high tech.
I did, bro.
No
I just
way.
didn't fuck with
No
y'all
fucking
niggas.
way.
Cause y'all
No
know,
fucking way.
first of all, like when I
No
got
way,
there,
bro.
first they was telling me like, yo, don't fuck with them
way.
uptown niggas.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm dead up. Like,
No, you wasn't in our joint. You wasn't even in our advisory.
yo,
It
It's like
sounds like
Bridge.
when Jack Daniels started.
yo,
Bro, you wasn't in our advisory.
I was drinking.
This show tastes like blueberry.
I was in high
I was
tech
drinking
the whole joint.
That was stopping.
The whole joint.
You was high
This
tech
shit
from the
was
break.
dangerous, bro.
Come on, Mike. Come on, you gotta help me, bro.
It's nasty.
I promise
You
you.
know you wasn't,
It's
bro.
like
I just didn't fuck
He
with
was
them.
in biology.
Cause everybody was telling
Yo,
me
hold
like,
on.
don't fuck with them uptown
She said
niggas.
this tastes like bourbon alcohol.
No.
They do.
That shit is nasty.
It is not. You're not.
I never even heard of that
The
though.
blue,
Exactly.
I'm looking
this blue one don't even have a taste. Like it's
See,
blue
this
for
shit don't
nothing.
even say
That's
Georgia.
the shit. What if I get that? Because you
Where
think it's
y'all
blueberry.
get that from?
We ain't get that.
Oh,
That blue ass. Blue K dot right there.
This the shit you find at the fucking on the ass somewhere.
No,
Hey
it's
Chris,
actually-
let me
They
just
probably
say
bring
that
out
was
back
like
with dust on
$8
it.
I
in
said,
the
turn it around.
joint. That
It's
wave.
actually
I
from
think
New
this is
York.
Look, we came in here like this. No lie to
Listen,
you.
let me tell you, right? When I used to do my old radio show, that's when I served people to get loose. But I also did this other one because I couldn't find this one time, so it was like this Russian liquor, and I put like Skittles in it. And
What?
shit. They got so sick. It was so funny, and I didn't drink, so. It was
How
You
much
was
is
a
this shit like it was $8?
Yeah, I was about to say
Yo.
$8.
It
Like,
was $19.
We just seen it in the joint. It was $8.
No, it doesn't sell here in Philly.
$8
They
get you
can't- they
a burnt
can't sell
throat
it
and a
because
headache in
It's
the
100
morning.
proof, so they, I don't think they sell it here.
So they don't sell nothing that's 100
What's in it, just in case.
Where do you get that from?
No, New York.
So it
Yeah.
tastes like
Yes,
rum.
I go. I
You
got
from New
2
York?
bottles. No, I have family up there, so I
Oh,
go and buy
okay.
my stuff up there.
Government warning.
Government.
That's all I can see. Is government warning.
They definitely ain't got that.
So look, right. So
According to the.
you know, I want to get into a little bit of
When you
drama
sweat,
and
you
mix
put it
up.
back
You
there.
know, I bet y'all reminiscing and everything. But
Okay, go ahead, Wendy.
I need to talk about how every chick was claiming K-Dot.
Wait, oh yeah, I want to hear this.
Yo,
He's sweating.
what did he say when we got here? We was just as shocked.
I
Like,
was shocked, yo.
I
What?
mean, it was like 3 speeches, and the first one was like,
oh, you talking about at? Oh yeah, that was.
no, yeah, at the funeral. Like,
I
it
never
was
know
like,
them.
I want to hear this.
you
said
don't
you ain't
know?
know none of them?
No, I knew the older
Oh.
ones.
They know, man.
Shit.
They each got
But-
nicknames.
But the older ones, like we all knew, was from like 2003 on back.
Okay.
Now, as we got older, cause like we used to always
Man,
bust
I
on
don't
each other.
know none of them chicks.
No, but as we got older, we used to always bust on
Like,
each
you
other.
talking
So
about
Kyle,
old
he would keep his girls to himself. Like that's cool, but he never brought his girls
Yo,
around.
he definitely never.
He
did.
never brought his girls around.
I seen them.
Probably because they wasn't ever staying around.
That could be.
Well, but you know one thing about me,
I wanna hear
he
the
never
girls
claimed
say
though.
that.
He never.
Not to mention,
He
right?
never claimed though.
Right.
He wanted to be you, bro.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
Uh-oh.
Be you, me.
Just
what?
keep it real.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't like that. I was a saint.
See what that brown dude?
I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you, he never used to be
You
that.
like,
buff.
you telling.
That
I'm gonna
brown
tell you,
dude.
mine used to
You
be
gotta take
slim.
the look.
I don't know how he got so many girls.
I want to
Me?
hear.
Yeah,
What?
when he was younger. But anyway, so back to K-Dot
Yeah,
with the
what
funeral
the
with the
girl
girls.
Right,
One
right.
girl, you missed that. Yeah, we gonna get your ass next time.
Somebody cut these cameras off.
So,
Lights out.
See,
one
I-
girl.
White
Get it
shirt. White t-shirt. Like
this is a very interesting
I want
conversation.
to hear this.
One girl was like, I had the pleasure of being him for 11 years.
Probably known that for 11 months.
Being with him.
With him for 11 years, and then her story. I don't remember what the story was,
I mean,
but I remember 11 years.
Okay, what's the next
You
girl?
think-
And then the other girl came up and was like, every morning we had breakfast, but you couldn't
That was
really
touch
tell.
my butt.
You
They
couldn't,
cool.
But that was
cool.
legit though.
but you couldn't
Yeah.
tell because the way
Hold
she
on.
did it.
But you know what it was? You know what it was though?
Touch my
Touch
butt.
my butt.
Yeah,
They all
everybody
got
Shout out
nicknames.
code
Everybody had
names.
nicknames.
But
Everybody
that
had
started
nicknames.
early.
Yeah, the G code.
That
name,
chick
so-
that they was talking about when I had his car and I went to see the chick, he was messing with her friend. He called her Hot Slug. Cause he used to listen
Everybody
to Myth,
had a
he
nickname.
used to listen to Myth Bleak.
Man,
When
bleep.
Myth Bleak said something and she was rapping that joint. He's like, oh, you
I told you I got the name K-Dot, right?
Right.
A white girl gave us
Yeah, you remember? Was you met the girls at Finger Wings and other things at Kashahaken?
And where?
In Kashahaken.
Finger wings and other things.
The chicken spot, but we had to remember the white girls. Remember the white girls, Chrissy and
I remember the white girl.
I forgot her other name, but she was like, I'm just gonna call you
Tiffany.
K-Dot.
Tiffany or
And
something.
he ran with it, like, cause his name was Manati. Like,
Right,
we
I
called
told
him
him we
Manati.
called him Manati, right.
So K-Dot came from, I think it was Chrissy who said that. So Chrissy gave him K-Dot.
Well,
But as far as the girls,
well, when she came up, you couldn't tell if she was a breakfast server at his favorite restaurant because he was greedy, or if she was fixing it when he
She
come
was
over
fixing it.
Okay, because you couldn't really tell because it was like, well, sometimes he would order and you'd be like, wait, but it could be, you know, like, yo,
Right,
make me
right.
some when I come over. So I couldn't really tell, but it was like her throwing her words back on the first one from the 11 years.
but you know what? I think all them girls wasn't. They was,
And at
through,
the
it was
same-
yeah, it was through his walks of life.
Right,
Like,
it
it wasn't like
That's it.
all girls.
They
at
might have
one
claimed
time.
him for 11
But one
years.
thing with
but-
Kyle, like he never had no bad. Like, yeah, like he,
Like once he wasn't dealing with you,
Yeah,
it wasn't
he's
like
still-
it
It
he's
was
was
still
only
cool.
one. That was it.
yeah, he was still cool with you.
That's
So
one.
that's
That child put a
even like
baby
the,
on
even
him.
like that chick
Oh,
Allentown. Like she back from like 2009.
She married and everything.
Yeah.
Yo, but I believe that when you make a certain impression on a female as a man, like it's gonna stay with him no matter what dude.
Yeah.
But that's
But,
what
Right.
but I'm gonna
That's
tell
what
you,
I know.
that shit at K-Dot though, I ain't gonna hold you. I was with my sisters this weekend. I said, check this out. If something happened to me,
Oh, you talk to your sisters
Like, what's
there.
well, y'all come get up there and talk about
That's
that.
it. That's it.
I told my sisters that shit from the
That's
rip.
real. Hey, Miss Wendy, how long you knew K-Dot?
I knew him since
Manati.
2014.
That's all I know, man. Listen, I'll tell you that right now.
2014, and
14.
yep, and it was actually funny because I was on Philly Hot first, and he came right in and took my spot because they actually had 2 radio stations. So I went upstairs to another station, and he came in, and I had met him at like single. It was a party called Single at the Mansion.
Single no maker.
Oh no, it was called Single at the Mansion. He was there with somebody, but look, that's when he had his hair. Like he had his little hair and then like his receding hairline and stuff. I don't know if y'all know K.
Oh, yeah, you see Bonds?
But he had, it was hair, but it was
Like his joint was pushing back like LeBron.
Yo,
Like,
listen.
and he always would.
He told me
tried
how
to
old
save
he
it.
was. He was young as shit. You know what I mean? He came up with his swag. I'm like, listen, he looked old because of the hair. I'm like, yo, you need to cut that shit off because nobody will believe how young you are. You know what I mean? Trying to hold on to that shit. So
That type of shit hereditary though.
No, we all.
yeah, but
My
you
cousin was
still
only
like
25.
there's a time
Me
when you
too.
just gotta
Yeah,
just let
curly
release the
spots
shit.
and
Look
that-
how nice
come
he
on.
looked when he released it. You know what I'm saying? But when he had that hair, boy, it was like. So he tried to holler, and I was like,
I bet K.
No. What you? No.
no, I never dealt with him.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Never.
What you know something?
He trying to apply shit.
I
man.
know.
You gonna put me on the hot seat? No, I didn't mess with him.
Okay.
That okay was horrible.
He was a little bit too skinny for me, and you know what? We actually kind of like crashed heads a little bit because it was weird because we were like really good friends, but we had like this bickering thing. Me and Rich got something like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
Yeah, you right in there. man.
but I'm just saying, like it's like we still friends, but we have this bickering thing. But with K,
Yeah, I've
him
known
being
you over
younger,
20 years though.
right? But with him, it was like the same thing almost. It was just like, but he was younger, so I kind of like sunned him a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
How old are you?
I'm like,
How old are you?
I'm 39.
How
How
old
old is
is
K-Dot?
36.
36, man.
Yeah, so he's
Hold on,
still
pause.
young.
Come on, man. You talking about you?
How old are you?
I am 39 years old.
Okay.
And even though we went to school together, you know, I didn't graduate when you
You
graduated.
making me.
I graduated after you.
This is funny.
What, a couple months later?
Like a motherfucker. Fucking.
How you
He
graduated?
said-
How old is she?
I'm 41.
He
I'm
got
just
real,
feel like that.
real
How you-
41? How you graduate at 39?
But that's what I just said.
I thought the birthday, like your birthday might have
But I
fell on
didn't
the later
graduate
date.
with him. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No
We
more
went to school
Jack.
together, but I didn't
Said no more
graduate with
Jack.
him.
Okay.
You know, so anyway.
How you said forward?
Huh?
You see how you said forward?
What I do?
Anyway, right. That's the
Wait a
same.
minute, like you.
But that's the same shit I
We,
tell you
if we
about.
was in high school at the same time, like, you
What high school y'all went to?
Germantown.
Oh, yeah. We passed through there. A lot.
I went to Lincoln.
Don't, listen, no fights over there in Germantown and Charlotte. That shit was real.
I went to Germantown. I don't know what Rich talking about. We don't know what PDQ talking about. But anyway, but that's how I treat him because, you know, because he ended up taking my spot too, it was like, we kind of had like a little tiff thing. And then, we parted ways. I went on my way or whatever. I started Omni. And then he came.
Oh, you
through.
started Omni with it?
No,
Or
I
you
started
started
Omni
it?
by myself. And then I just had it sitting down, and he was like, yo, let's do it, you know, let's bring it out, stand the other. And then he brought it into the company, and that's how we became partners. You know, so.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, but we, you know, we spent a lot of time, because we had to build the station, so we spent a lot of time together.
Being a hoe.
We,
Mike,
you know, put it that way.
you saying outside?
What's this, another brother hiding?
That's
How
all
did he get
this.
upstairs?
I went out.
Oh.
You ain't see me leave.
They said you was.
I thought you was outside.
Yeah.
No.
I didn't know you was,
it's gonna be something that we probably gonna make
But
a situation, but like he was saying, like I probably wouldn't go by myself because I just don't do that.
Right.
But if it's like, yo, we gonna go do this,
Everybody go together.
like I don't even go see, like I got a thing about, you know, like what they call the grave sites, and like I don't do that. But like I said, to honor somebody, you know what I mean, I'll go in like a group type setting. Like,
well, Kyle, for me, Kyle is buried right across from my cousin, both of my cousins. My cousin, one of my cousins, she was 42. She passed in October. She was hit by a drunk driver.
You want to talk from back there?
And my cousin,
Say hi.
That was he was murdered in 2011. They buried like 2 rows removed from each other, and then Kyle's right across from him.
Oh wow.
So,
Yo, the deaths that you encountered are very tragic. I'm sorry for
and
that.
then
That's
like
so hard.
that particular cemetery, like a
That's
lot of
right.
people got a lot of people in there. You know, like
everybody in that cemetery.
I got
Where? I do.
Yeah.
Oh
Shit,
yeah.
my brother buried.
I got like
Yeah.
5 people in there.
My brother.
Yeah, I
I
got some
don't think
folks
about
in
it.
there.
I probably couldn't find a Jones like.
I got
I
to
don't,
to the front.
cause I don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't do it. Like,
Yeah.
like I know you can find it, but like, you know, it's like I don't do that unless it's like I said. If y'all said
What's this real estate
every
girl
year
called?
we
Tyler said he
gonna
brought
go.
me to Army.
What's this real estate
Well,
office
Tyler.
called?
Thank you,
What's this
Tyler.
supposed to do?
What's what? I don't know.
The real estate office.
I don't know.
Maybe you
give
should
me the address.
check in.
Tell Tyler to send it up.
Okay.
And we don't talk about where the location on air like that.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm
All right, Dina. She said her son is 24 years old. So yeah, we definitely keep you in our prayers. You know, he doesn't even have any kids, so that's a big thing. So I have some questions, like, cause I told you, like, I haven't really had a lot of experience with death with anybody that's really close to me. But as far, like, I had an aunt that died, and none of my family goes to the gravesite. Is that something that you think you learn, or is that like an emotional thing? Like
I
you
think
just
it's
do it for
emotional.
yourself?
I think it's an emotional and a comfort type of thing. Like you could be close to that person, but if it's like eerie for you to go to a cemetery or a burial site, it's like as much as I love this person, whether it's a thing where it stir up emotions or you just feel like it's not like it's just me and them here. It's all these other bodies here. Like it could just be more of an emotional type of thing where it's like you just don't feel comfortable. And some people show emotions different. So like myself, I'm not an overly emotional guy, but when stuff hit, it hit. But it sort of kind of passes until you kind of have your memories or whatever. Like, so I think it's probably more of an emotional type deal where, especially if that's not you. Like I said, like I'm not that. If everybody say they going, we out. But I'm just not like I'm going to be driving down the street and be like,
Let me go
we
over
gonna holler
and
at
see
my
and stuff
boy.
like that. Right.
Plus, I think life happens, and that's what we forget, man.
Right.
Life happens, man. It's funny because every funeral I go to, the thing that always hits me is, you know what? Everybody's in the emotion right now, right? But the thing about death is life don't stop.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so even though you gone, people can remember you, but life don't stop.
Right.
And so you in a grave, and people, it's not that they don't love you, it's
Or
not that they don't remember you,
Right.
but you gotta make time for that, and that's that's so you making time to get emotional, to put yourself in an emotional space and place
Right.
for somebody that's no longer here. I'd rather just hold on to the memories. My grandmama's my everything. You know that. Everybody know me. You read my book, you know that. But I've never been to her graveyard site.
Right.
Think about her every day. But I've never been to her gravesite because for me it's kind of like more of a spiritual thing.
Right.
I can connect with her spiritually. People want to look at a tombstone.
Rock. Right.
What I'm getting from that.
For what?
Yeah, for what?
For what?
And that's part of the reason why I don't want to be buried. I want.
Well, that's why I think
Yeah.
cremation is the best thing for us.
Yep.
Nah, I don't be burned.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So,
But you rather get eaten alive too, though, right?
so let me
Hey,
ask you,
ashes to ashes,
Dust
dust
to
to
dust.
dust.
Yeah.
One way or another, you gonna get there.
you cremated your mother. You
Yeah.
have her in an urn.
We got.
Yeah, the
I got a big urn for her, but all her me and my
cremated my father. So my sisters, they actually jerked me out of it. So I don't even have his ashes. Two of them got it, and I don't have it. But when I go to their crib, it's there, so I'm good with that. Cause for me, it's I'm always moving and doing shit, so I know it's stability with them, so I'm always comfortable with that.
I told my kids I want to get cremated. I want to do it like a funeral in the beginning, but then
Where
turn
they
around.
gonna view you?
Yeah, you
Right,
can view me and
that's
stuff.
That's what I did with my mom.
Right, and
View, and then cremation after that.
right, but I don't want to
You know
go
what
in
I'm
an urn. Like I want to, you know.
spread it
Well,
out.
you
Spread out. It
Most of the
depends
time they
on,
don't
you
keep
know.
you in
Well,
it.
that's what you put in your will.
Right.
Yeah.
There
That's
go,
what
back
the
to
will's
will.
about.
There you go.
Back to that
Clear
will.
That's
cut
it.
Clear cut. You ain't got
instructions.
nobody to argue about nothing.
That way, little boom boom ain't got
My mom said cremate me, but she ain't never say what to
I don't know
do
if you
with it.
remember. I don't know if you remember. It was like maybe like 3 years ago. There was a guy arrested at the Lincoln Financial Field
Right,
at the
right.
Eagles game.
Mm.
He ran on the field.
And drop the ashes.
Yeah,
Dropped his
Yeah.
ashes
Yeah,
on it.
I remember
And they
that.
thought they was like a terrorist.
Yeah,
It was like a
yeah.
terrorist threat.
Right.
But he sprinkled his father's ashes
I
on
would
the field.
love somebody to do that for
But
me.
the crazy part is like, it ain't funny, but it's like, bro, you could have went about that a little better. Like, I'm
But
pretty
they wouldn't have gave him the old.
They wouldn't have, but like, I guarantee you, he ain't even.
He said, "I'm gonna make this shit happen." Fuck it, man. I said,
Like, go ahead and do what y'all gonna do, cause right after you score a touchdown, too.
Still, yeah, and he made the news for it, you know. Ann said you have to have a will. Taya said she agrees with PDQ. Her point exactly. She wants to be cremated. She doesn't see the point of visiting a grave site. She can just talk to people in her house. What's that? That's my name.
No, I don't know.
It's quiet for me.
That's his phone? He was on the phone.
That's his joint. Oh, that's his
Yeah.
work phone. That's why.
So, all right. So let me see. So we talked about visiting the grave site because I was really like worried about that. Like, what are you supposed to do? Is that a learned thing or something? So okay. So then another thing is like, another thing is going back. Hi Matthew. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Another thing is the GoFundMe. You know, how long does the GoFundMe stay up?
Is this the
I don't agree with GoFundMe
at all? Like, I would
At
never.
But if you put one up, like, do you think like you take it down after the funeral? Do you wait?
It
just to
should have
see
been
who might
down
come
when
back
you
and visit?
when you reach your goal. It should be.
It should have been down by before the funeral.
because the funeral happened,
Yeah.
and that's what it was
It
for.
should have been down.
It should have been down. If you
But-
put it up for funeral and the funeral was going on, why is it still up?
And not only that, how do you know
Oh,
100%?
Whether you made your goal or not, the
How-
funeral was
oh,
But
happening.
how do you know 100% that's where the money going?
Right.
You
Right.
don't.
That's
what
why
I'm
I
saying.
will never,
So
especially if I know the person
Yeah,
personally.
nah, I'll give you money
there
personally.
you go.
I'm not gonna give you money over the internet.
Right.
Right.
yeah, I think it should have happened like that first. Like I would have liked to have seen, and in anything, I think that the family should come together. You get
See
your
what you
resources,
got,
what you
right.
can get
Right.
together, and then after that, if you have to put it out, it could be put out a little bit different, tastefully, But I got a call. He says, my father wanted to be cremated, but he doesn't believe in it. Did he have a will? Because what I'm understanding is once it's in the will, you gotta.
Yeah, once it's
That's
done,
the,
yeah,
that's their wishes.
that's
Yeah.
a legal document.
I'm so sorry. There was a number to call in, and I was all discombobulated. The next
But
time.
one thing, like I said, like GoFundMe, what I advise people to do is get life insurance.
That's the
It's
That's the
cheaper.
main thing.
It's cheap,
It's
Right.
cheap. $25.
and the younger you get it,
so it's really not. All right, so I got my license for life insurance, right? So and everything the brother's saying is lit on, but you can't say it's cheap because everybody is different.
Right.
For instance, right? So if the two of them both are the same age, they
Right.
both weigh the same weight, but he's a smoker, he's not,
Mhm. It's
right?
gonna be
So
expensive.
now it's gonna be a
It's
different
definitely-
it's a
But
fact
the
that
thing is,
changes.
like, people gotta
Even if you got an
prioritize because everybody got a
existing
cell
illness
phone.
and
So
all
if you
that.
paying $30, $40, $50 a month for a cell phone, like, I mean, I just look at, I shift my money. Like,
right?
I borrow money from myself when I need to do things. So
Right. I
when
feel
you,
you. I do
when
that.
you prioritize what's important, see, we don't, like you said, we don't
That's
think
the key.
systematically. We don't think, we just think for today.
So not to cut you off, sis, but because when people say this to me, it kind of burns my gears. And let me tell you why. And so let me tell you a little bit about me. I got a banking background, financial background, so forth and so on, right? And it doesn't make me better than you or nothing like that. That's not my point. My point is this though. People become who they're taught to become.
Right. I understand that.
I'm man.
So if you come up in a family that comes from financial background of understanding fiscal financial thought processes, then you tend to move different, right?
I didn't know.
But you did, but somehow somebody showed it to you. You didn't just say, "Oh shit, let me get this."
No, I actually started reading about it and learning.
But that could be
about
true
it.
too, yeah.
Right.
But at some point,
But something shift you to
right.
pick up
At
the
some
book, right?
Something that came across.
Something
You didn't just say,
right.
Something
read
piqued your
this.
interest.
Yeah, something made you
heard
change your
about
mindset. So the thing about it is,
Work.
so money.
whatever
They
it
work.
was, something.
But financial thought process is for most people, especially in our community, is something that is definitely it's inherited. It's not something that's growth and taught to us. You can tell the difference between black folks who came from family with money and the ones who didn't. They move different, right? They prioritize a little different how they move with their money. You know, the pay yourself first concept.
Right.
That don't come. I didn't come from that. I learned that when I got into banking. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, my goal was I managed the bank smack dab in the hood. So my thing was, let me show you how to do this thing. You should do this, this, and this. But then again, life happens, right? I had a $550,000 life insurance policy. Bought a new house, right? Bought a car. Shit happened. Got married. Lost my job and lost everything. Now what? You feel what I'm saying?
No, I got
So
you.
like,
You preach it to the choir.
no, I'm not. But this really ain't for
But
you.
this
This is
thing,
for
yeah,
motherfuckers
this
listening.
thing-
okay.
You know what I'm saying? No, 'cause I'm just looking
at.
at you because this is the
Oh,
conversation.
okay.
And let me just clear this up too. Let me clear this up too. When you work at a job and you have life insurance through job, that's not life insurance.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
That's not life insurance.
Thank you.
That's
their life insurance.
Yeah, that's not
Right,
going.
which
That's
we
not
don't
going because
know.
people be like, yeah, I got life insurance.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I got to do
no.
my job.
Right.
No, that's not right. That's not gonna cover your kids. That's not gonna
No,
cover your
no.
kids'
Yeah,
college.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's not gonna cover like you
No.
want to make sure you got
That's
stuff
why
that.
they had three. Remember?
That's right. You gotta make sure you have life insurance that will cover your kids. So
Right.
like you leave, like okay, I know my family's taking
Right.
care of.
Right.
That's what life insurance is about.
They gotta
Right.
pay this off.
Yeah,
pay
like
that off.
you don't want
Right.
to leave your family in debt because some
Right.
people who pass, they credit fucked up.
Because if you think
That's
about
what
it,
I mean.
if you
And
leave,
then that's gonna go right to the next
if
person.
you leave
again.
in funeral costs, what else is you leaving?
But see,
You know what I'm saying?
but
Like-
in this conversation that we're having, I think that's up to us to educate those that
Absolutely.
don't
That's
know it.
that-
Like you can't, but you don't talk down to people that don't know it. You just gradually bring it
Meet
up.
them at their level.
Right. Because I don't ever go in front of people. Like you have to change. Like you know what I mean. Like you can't just be conservative in this room and then you go in there when people start looking at you differently. But when I'm in certain environments, I start having a casual conversation. It's just like, hey, what's up? You know, and we're talking about it because I'm plugging them in to
Right.
certain things that they don't know. And I always think my presence has to be a gift, not like being uppity. But if I don't teach you something,
Like people need to be gravitating.
then
towards
I'm
it.
not doing my job
Right.
to my community. And she'll tell you, I'm very community oriented. Like,
Right.
you know,
I hate the community. Fuck the community. I don't do nothing for them.
I'm like, I need a shot on there.
Stay there like cut camera.
And my eyes got big. I'm like, oh God, I need a
She
shot.
ready to cut you
I
out.
was like, wait, so
But
what?
Most black people are not financially literate. We grow to learn.
Right, right.
Who said that?
But
Yeah, but you know,
But that can't be.
if nobody's telling you,
that's
either
that's
something
where we
dramatic
come
happened that
with.
make you.
I got
As far as folks that knew about money ain't teachers about money.
But a lot of
And
us,
And I'm telling you this right now, from if I'd have known stuff I knew from back in the day, how up I would be,
Right.
man,
That's why I'm
you
teaching
couldn't
my
tell me
kids
nothing.
now, right.
I would have controlled all that. I
Right.
wouldn't have been out here splurging like, I don't care.
Especially-
I get a check next week.
Especially
No,
with
I get
credit.
paid every week, and I don't even care. And
So
when,
let
no
me ask you
kids,
this.
no nothing.
So let me ask you this. I got a couple of questions. So the first question is, if somebody asked you to donate towards their life insurance, would you do that quicker than a GoFundMe?
Pause.
No, you
Don't
can't do
make-
that.
See my face?
Donate to the life
Donate to our life insurance.
No.
Yeah,
I
nah,
mean,
nah.
listen,
Nah.
they
I'ma
can
take you to
turn
get the
around
finance-
and
finance-
They asking for they changing
That is
GoFundMe into another
GoFundMe.
Right.
to another name.
First of all, you can only pay life insurance either monthly or quarterly.
That's
or
it.
semi-quarterly.
That's
So
it.
so when you
One cannot
Suppose they
donate to
short
that.
on their monthly payment.
No.
And they like, listen,
if you pay your cell phone bill, this is the thing.
That's
Like, you
some
gotta
good shit, but I'm
minimize
just
some of
asking
them
because my
features.
thing is like, okay,
It's about
so
prioritizing things,
Right.
man.
Hold on.
Priority.
Well,
You
hold on.
can't sugarcoat this in no
Yeah,
way.
that's
Not at all.
Hold on.
That's
I'm just saying,
that's a bad.
because we
that's
hate the
bad.
whole funding. So if somebody like, yo, I'm kind of fucked up right now, can you help me out
No.
with my life insurance?
Go get you a part
Yeah,
time.
but,
that's why
but
they
they got
go to
cable
the
in their house, or they got a car note, or
Right.
they got insurance.
Yeah.
Like,
First of all,
like,
if you
you
got
got
Comcast,
Comcast,
Comcast is 5 life insurance policies.
Exactly.
Facts.
Right. So if you got
Especially Files.
Right.
Files.
I'm right.
Files is robbing you, yo.
Yes.
You got cable, you got life insurance.
Right.
Okay.
And then that goes like what my man said. Prioritize. Like what's
Right.
more important, life insurance or
Right.
cable?
All right, so another question. Can a girlfriend put a life insurance policy on you?
No,
Wow.
on me?
she can't. So
A
Oh,
girlfriend?
So,
no,
Like,
so
good.
from a legal perspective,
There
no,
you
she
go,
cannot do
legally.
that.
Right.
When you put a life insurance policy, you have to have some kind of like it got to be a wife, a
Spouse,
mother,
right.
something like that. I can't just go put one on you because then it could be looked at from a thing. You could be setting me up to get me murdered or something.
Exactly.
But you
And
can
not only
make
that,
yeah.
and make your girlfriend a beneficiary.
You
Yeah.
can.
You
Yeah.
can,
Yeah.
but I made you the
Right.
beneficiary.
You
But
had
not only that, like when you get life insurance, they also like come out to your crib and
Yup.
take blood work.
Right,
right.
Everything.
And
So,
then they
like-
also should ask you a couple
Yeah.
questions too, because they should, that's
If that's the
everybody's
case,
right.
I'd have
That
got
was my
life
first
insurance
AIDS
for both
test.
these
I shitted
niggas.
myself for 2 weeks.
Not-
You said what?
That was my first AIDS test.
We got life
Because
insurance.
You got life insurance. Yeah, they came out
Yeah.
and took your blood. And then the fucked up part about it, right? It was like one of my friends in the neighborhood's mother was the nurse for it. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
But can I-
If I got fucking HIV, now the whole fucking neighborhood going,
But
no.
but they
Well,
she
legally,
disclosed.
I'm about to
she
say.
get the-
Well,
She can't,
legally,
but
they're not
still.
supposed to do
Yeah, but
that.
yeah, we
It's
all know
called,
people.
it's called HIPAA.
No, no,
Yeah.
that HIPAA law don't take place
Hey,
here.
no,
No,
Back
If
then,
that-
when
if that get out-
HIPAA didn't start back then, but I'm just saying.
Back
look,
when? Back
90s,
when?
but
HIPAA been
90s,
around.
since the 90s.
Yeah.
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 HIPAA been around.
look, she about to say, oh, that was before the 90s. Huh?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you only 39, so it wouldn't have been
Listen,
happening
no,
until.
it was in the early 90s
That's
when I
HIPAA.
did it.
HIPAA.
Okay,
And
but-
then people had to learn the difference between term life and whole life. I had term.
Yeah, that's it.
But I got
Term
the-
life and whole
I'm
life.
Now, I'm glad you brought that.
sucks.
It depends.
No, no,
If the
I'm
term
glad you
life
brought-
does something.
Now, this is a whole conversation right now.
But
I like that you
and
brought
then you
that up.
talk about whole life,
No,
you
right.
gotta know about whole life
Yeah,
too.
because
though.
term, all right, this is the difference between term and whole. Term is like, all right, say for instance you get term and you reach 85
Right.
or whatever the
And
term
you keep
ends.
paying high.
No, that it ends. You don't have no life insurance.
Nope. Yeah.
Right.
Now, with whole life is more like an investment. It's more like a 401k plan.
Self-explanatory.
Right. So for like, I'm about to say 401.
And you can take money out of your
But that's
But it's still
Yeah.
penalized
That's
though.
a-
It's
But
like a
it's a
401.
penalty.
But that's a
Exactly.
feature. All whole life, you got
Yeah.
universal life, whole life term. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Universal life is the one that you can add the rider for the investment piece to it.
Mhm.
Then you got whole life. Whole life is just the standard whole life. And term and what the brother was talking about, like, but term goes up. The older you get, the more you pay.
Right.
So you
That's
usually
it.
get term when you young. So
Mhm.
because the younger you are, the cheaper it is.
Exactly.
So you get term at 20, but by the time you 40, you
And you also-
You know what I mean?
You
Man,
also-
But
shit.
and once it's over,
But they
you lose
didn't
that
do
money
that.
though.
right.
No.
They already paid my. Now,
Wait, what
they
happened?
already knew my health records.
Oh, that was they get
That's
they want to get
freaky.
HIPAA.
They was like, you're healthy. Maybe the guy was just making
He was
was
making
something
a-
else.
Yeah,
I'm
generalization
like,
type.
no, he wasn't.
You're healthy.
But the freak, like when I first got it, when I was 25, they did the whole blood test. Every 10 years, they didn't do that. They just
Yeah.
signed me up.
Yeah. Because they came out, when I got mine, they came out, took the blood test, and did everything. My weight, my height, the whole
Mhm.
9. I thought she wanted my dinner.
Because the whole reason why they do the blood test is because now this is another thing you have to understand. No, to make sure like you're not sick enough. Because if you're
Right.
sick,
Yeah,
They
you,
got
they
go
might,
back.
you might get denied,
That happened to my mom.
or have to pay more.
or you might have to pay more.
Right.
So that's another thing with life insurance. You gotta also understand, like you got life insurance like for accidental death,
Right.
or you got it for natural causes.
Right.
Let me
A lot of
tell you what
people
happened to my
say
If
uncle.
you already got an illness.
Yeah, they might not even insure you.
They
Or
didn't
if they
pay.
do, you won't be paying out.
Paying
Out of the rock.
They paid.
So that's what I was
They
wondering
paid
about
back the
too.
premium, the monthly premium. They didn't pay out for the insurance.
Wow.
Because he had cancer and he didn't disclose
Oh.
So when he
Didn't
passed
get
away,
schools.
we had to all get together and put money together for his service, but they didn't pay out. They paid the premium back.
That he was paying over the time.
Mm.
How long
And it was
did
only
he have
for
it?
a year.
Oh shit.
That's it, because he only had it for a year though.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So
it.
I mean, that life insurance is basically like one of them subjects that you really got to touch base on with the community, because a lot of people don't know about that.
But people have these, and actually a lot of financial planners have these community events. They go to, people
But
don't show
come.
up.
Yeah.
You can't do
Because
the
people
show
not
to
aware.
school shit.
People
Because
not aware.
You know what it is? The internet, man. The internet is making it so easy. Like I said, the GoFundMe shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that basically is wiping out the whole life insurance thing. Like people like, oh, somebody passed the GoFundMe.
Because it's a microwave generation.
But it's
They looking at it like, I don't got to do all this. I could wait till an event happens and just
Go
It just
ahead.
burns my
mooch
soul
off
though,
of it.
because if I
That's
see
not good, man.
out here,
And that's the example
quote
they
unquote,
set.
balling out,
And that's the problem.
that irks my
That's the problem.
spirit that you got all of this and you didn't take care of your affairs, and then you with people in your circle who didn't educate you to get your affairs together. I'm like,
Yeah.
But what if everybody in your circle, usually birds of a feather flock
There
together?
you go.
I mean,
See, that's crazy you said that, because like
Like
even
that's the thing.
but
that's
that's
the
crazy
thing.
you said that, because
That's
like
the
even
thing right
like
there.
one thing I gotta say about all of us, and this is so crazy. Like it's very rare when you see a group of close friends grow and we grow together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just like even a conversation me and Maya had on the whip, it was like I was just telling him about, you know what I'm saying, stocks. I mean, we talked about it prior, like before, but these are the conversations that we have in life.
right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have these conversations.
Elevate each other.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. It's all about, and this is one thing too. Is like, you know how some people be like, yo, I've been friends for like 30 years, 40 years. Okay, that's
Everybody's
well and fine.
stagnant.
But at the end of the day, it's like how y'all helping each other move
Right.
in life.
Everybody's stagnant.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all been
You
friends
got-
for 20 years.
You gotta know
and
how to help
all
yourself.
still
Y'all
in
gotta
this-
build each
Right.
other,
Right.
and that's where
Yeah.
we always been like that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So,
That's true.
Yo, your circle is everything,
Right.
man.
exactly.
The circle is the
You don't need a circle if it's not.
you can
built.
define a person by their 5 closest friends.
That's what I was getting ready to
But you
say.
don't need
And
that
how-
oval, bro.
Right.
But
That oval is
but-
everything,
But
man.
dig
Right.
this. How
Circle
many
tight,
others
man.
is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Rest of soul K dot.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Because you always gotta have that person that those cats that can get at you when you fucking up. Like,
Right.
And
That's-
that
Yeah,
can
and
straight
they
to
Like
you.
you
can
come right
say
at the neck.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
right, right.
Like you
Listen.
fucking up, dog. Like what
Come
the fuck
on,
is
dog.
you doing?
And tell you from the rip. Like, dog, you
I ain't gonna
fucking up.
sugarcoat this to you.
Cause
Nah,
I
nah.
don't got to. Like we've been through
I
too
know.
much for me to be talking about. Like I know all everything. Like I would never disrespect, but at the same time, bro,
You fucking up.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's plenty
And
of
I
times
wouldn't
we
even
done
want a
said
homie that wouldn't.
We done
tell me,
said
you know what I'm
that
saying?
every last one of these
We
niggas.
all had a moment.
This
all.
nigga come to me, that nigga.
We all had a moment.
And that boy out there, yeah, me, my
And
boy
we
out
can leave,
there.
we can
like,
leave here
I'm
tonight.
telling you.
Might not even
Tell
talk
me.
to each other for a whole nother week.
And we pick up right where we left at.
Right.
That's
That's
We
what-
can fall
that's how
off
it's supposed
for
to be.
a month
And we pick up
and
right
say,
where-
listen, pick back up.
Yo, I had my
Why? How about this situation?
My
What
man
happened?
from college, me and him was tight, and I ran into a situation. My brain was fucking, and I'm talking to him, and like he really like dogged me out. Like, yo, man, fuck you and fuck your pride.
Ooh.
Like that's just how it was. Like you need, you in a situation. Like you needed me, holla at me. Like why you won't let your pride put you in a situation, and then now we chasing to get it fixed. Like yo, you should. He really dogged me out, and I couldn't say nothing because I would have did the same thing to him. You know what I mean? Like that's what you want. You want those kind of people. You know what I mean? And you can't take it personal. Like oh fuck you, no, you really took me some real shit. And I'm
Yo,
gonna feel like that.
You don't eat yesterday.
Nah.
At all. You need somebody to like hell on to now. Like,
That's
nah.
real.
Alright, so let me see. Let me go back to my questions. We running a little bit over time too. So alright, so
We
another
over
question.
time?
Yeah, it's 11:08.
Yeah.
Past my bedtime.
Oh, it's over.
I gotta get up at 3.
One of the things I want to know, like, who would you feel, like, especially when it came down to, like, just K Dot for an example, is like, I think you have different people. Like, you got K Dot, the son, the brother, you know, you got the friends, the best friends, whatever, and then you got the girls. together. Like I know it's different aspects, but as far as like putting the obituary together and organizing things, what do? You just go off of the respect of the parents, or is it like?
That's like a hard question.
Yeah, you can't even do that.
You
Do you guys have any input?
There's no prioritizing anything.
No, because
like
like
you can't do that.
Because at the end of the day, even though that was our brother, you know what I'm saying?
He still had a family,
still
man.
had his
He
family.
still had blood.
You know what I mean?
That he cared
even
about.
though, even though, you know what I mean, things happen. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like we don't know what goes on behind that door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when you speak upon as far as like who knew him the best, I mean, we always say we knew him the best. Like we all can say that, but we really don't know that.
Right.
All we know is that we knew that, you know what I'm saying, he was our brother. And then it's like we did everything for him just like he would do everything for us. You know what I'm saying? We done, me and him.
But see, you
fought,
got like,
we done
his
everything.
brothers is you got your loud, rambunctious.
Yeah, like everybody.
You got your quiet, humble one. You got your in between
He used to be
one.
the quiet, humble one.
You know what I'm saying? You got all that. I'm just telling you. Like
I said, I was the annoying one. I was the annoying one.
And that's him.
Yeah.
And he's been annoying. You know what I'm saying? His whole life. And he never changed. That's the one thing we can respect about him.
Consistency is everything, right?
You know what I'm saying? The one thing we can respect about this boy right here.
I think that's why we got such an understanding against.
Because we know each other.
Yeah, like we know.
You got a nice story though, like as you guys tell.
Like blood could make us closer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice to see, especially in this day and age, you know. And I really thank you guys for coming out because I saw it when I saw you at the house or whatever, and I wanted everybody else to see it. So I really, really appreciate that. You know, you guys came out to rep him. I really do appreciate that.
I think the dope thing about friends is you can't pick your family, you can pick your friends.
Right.
And sometimes, a lot of times what happens is the universe, your energy attracts the type of people to you that you need to be in your life, depending on the person you are. And a lot of times, those people that's attracted to you and you keep in your circle, they become more family than family.
Oh yeah,
That's true.
Yeah.
like I have a biological brother, and these brothers
It's more.
they more close than my biological brother.
Right. That happens a lot. And that's what made me think about the question. Because when I thought about myself, it's like, I would definitely have to give my kids specific directions because my family, they wouldn't let nobody come in. You know what I'm saying? Like their whole street life, two girls. They wouldn't even want to hear it. They'd be like, what? Oh no, we don't know her as,
That's why
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that. So I could see them kind of like, what? Like,
But here's the other thing. This is what you learn too. Truth be told, I learned this when my father passed. When my father passed, his sister, my aunt, tried to step in, but legally they was like, his kids make the call. So it went from, and then it go by age. So since my brother's deceased, it was my sister. After my sister, it would have been me. So even before, and it's weird because before my father was getting rolled out the room, he looked up and looked at my sister and said, "Listen, make sure you sign a do not resuscitate form." That was the last words I heard my father say, and he said it to my sister, knowing that my sister could make the call. So if you got kids, family. Your family really can't come in and take over nothing because it's the kids that gotta make all the calls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's real. That's how deep it got in the hospital with me. To where it's nah, she don't need to be in that much space. And listen, my mom came up out that thing 2-3 times. To where as though where they was putting them
the shock sword
on her and say we're gonna break her ribs, we can't do it no more.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And every time she came through.
That's what happened to Kyle.
Every time.
He went out 3 times. 3 times. And
it's hard.
After that, his mom just like let him rest. You know what I'm saying? So
it's a hard thing.
It's a fine line because you got draw that line of being selfish or being for the person.
Yeah.
The selfish part of you want the person here.
Yeah.
The right part of you be like, but this is what's happening to the person in that moment right now. You know?
Right.
9 times out of 10, when you got to resuscitate a person, I mean, you
Yeah.
already know what the deal is. Like,
Facts.
it's not even resuscitating and they go 100. But
Sometimes they come back. Cause I work in the hospital.
Damn, mine came back twice, bro.
no, I'm saying they'll come back, but they're not gonna be 100%.
Yeah. Because if I could come back,
That's like you said. It's
I got
like
some stories, man. I used to work in the hospital, and you.
but if you can come back and be
on how
like,
the situation,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, it's just a situation.
Right.
But if I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be brain dead and I gotta be on the machine, then don't bring me back.
Yeah, well, that's a different story. That's it. That's a different story, man. That's a different story. You know what I mean?
But you know what? I went. Y'all just. Oof.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like Monique. You know.
Nah,
Y'all just like, man.
Tell me.
Y'all just like a breath of fresh air. Like we hear so much negativity all the time, and like this right here.
Yo, but you know what's funny though? And I see this all the time.
Every minute of it.
There's more positive black men here in the city than we talk about, right? It's, and you can go and you from. I ain't never met these brothers before, right? But off the rip, I can tell you
might
good
not
folks,
know.
right?
You might not know our names,
yeah.
anything like that.
It's a lot of us. It's
So
just easy to focus on the negative bullshit.
I'm like constantly saying like, listen, people always saying nobody's doing nothing. I can shout out 20, 30 people that's doing stuff like hard.
That's
out of their
what
own pocket. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so,
you know that first day, it got warm, then the very next day was cold. It was like, what was that, last weekend, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks.
Us four, the family, like the kids, we was at the park all day. Like, this is what we do.
Right, yeah. And this is what.
Then we were going home and watch the Sixers game all together. And all the kids we had, how many kids was it? Like, it was 8, like 8.
You had 2, I had 2.
Mine had 2.
Mine had 2.
Mike had 3. Yeah, so that's what we do. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
And the kids love each other.
But
We want our kids to grow up the same way we grew up.
I think the
Tell you
narrative,
that right now.
the narrative on black men has become such a custom of negativity.
That's it.
Even in our own community, we won't focus on the positive black men as in. And
Well,
then you got those of us that don't beat our
that's the
chest
thing
about
with
what
the
we
media,
do.
though.
Right? You got a lot
That's
of us.
media right there.
We ain't
I would
our
say,
chest
I don't
like,
know who
why
y'all
do
around,
this?
but I don't know nobody like that. I don't know those people.
I think it goes back to like the circle and who's surrounded because people always talk about the type of men, like, you know, they call them the fuck boys and this and the other. But
I don't know
I
them.
don't never deal with
I
them
don't
type
know
dudes.
people.
You know
Like
what
all my
I'm
guy
saying?
friends are stand-up dudes. I don't even like my girlfriends talking to my guy
It's
friends.
the media,
Terrence
man.
showing you up.
The media tears us down. Y'all
Terrence
gotta
showing
know
you up.
that.
I mean, but some men do it too. But
Y'all
it's
gotta
just
know
really
that,
good to
man.
see.
The media tears us down.
Right.
As black
That's their
people.
media. I don't pay attention to their media.
I mean, that's understandable, but
listen.
But
black
the media is
people
very
need to get
powerful
into
too.
black media then.
But at the same time,
we do have
the
it.
black men don't make.
I mean,
it
we
on
might
themselves
have it.
either.
We got it. This
Nah,
is the
you
thing.
ain't got it. If these Jews got it,
Listen,
I'll tell you that right now. That's why Bill Cosby on trial now.
Why he
Well,
on
Bill
trial?
Cosby will try
What
to
you
cheat
mean,
on his
why?
wife, and he shouldn't have been like. Okay,
Why
like,
Bill Cosby on trial right
Because he
now?
was cheating on his wife. Like you can't listen.
He ain't do it. I'm a Bill Cosby fan.
I'm not
Me
saying
too.
that.
I
I'm
believe
not.
Bill is innocent.
I'm not saying he did those things. What I'm saying is you can't.
He was
expect
taking
this-
over the
You know what I'm
NBC
saying?
network.
He just
imagine, you know your error.
He just put
What's
the
your
jello
error
in the
right
pudding.
there?
No, I'm not saying
You
he did that.
39. You got 3 years on this, right? Remember how many black television shows was on just the
Right.
the
It was
regular
crazy.
network?
Right. It was
The regular network.
Yeah.
That's all Bill Cosby wanted to do.
Right.
And even like
That's it. Just to get with these
that's
youngins out
the
there.
whole reason why this stuff came out,
This is
because
a
he
different
was
way
talking
of
about
living,
he was
man.
about NBC.
But I don't
But
understand
then
why
that-
he couldn't go like own. Why he couldn't just do his own? Like why did it have to be?
But that's what
Because
any
he
black
was
man.
Because
giant.
he's trying to.
Look at the boy.
Right.
That,
What the Weather Channel?
no, the boy that came out that movie, The Birth of a Nation. What was the name of the boy? He played in Red Tails.
Right.
And
He
Right, he was directing the Birth of a Nation.
Right.
Next thing you know, he got into some altercation with the law. Anytime a black man try to move forward,
But that was his audience. See, okay.
Yeah,
That was
but-
his audience that did that. That wasn't us who did that to him. They tried to say we did that to him, but that was his audience that did that.
We didn't say we did it to him.
So there's a book called The Assassination of the Black Male Image, right?
That's it. And see,
It's called.
I was going to get that.
It's by Dr. Earl Farr
Yeah, I was
Hutchinson,
gonna
right?
get that book.
Yeah.
And when you read the book, I was reading the book, right? And one of the things that stuck out to me in the book, a couple things, but one of the things really stuck out to me, he talks about in there the different attacks that's on black men, right? And he talked about Toni Morrison. And he talked about
Toni Morrison.
So remember when she had the movie out? What was the joint with Whitney Houston and all of them in there, right?
Waiting to tell.
I think it was Waiting to Tell.
Was it Waiting?
No, it wasn't Waiting to.
That's when she was acting all crazy in that joint when she burned the.
Whatever, whichever one it was.
Who burned what?
What was the movie Toni Morrison had out by her book? What book was that? Well, she had a movie out. Anyway.
Toni Morrison?
I
You
think-
talking about Terry, the writer?
Yeah.
Wait, no, that?
Is it Waiting Until
Wait, that's
When
what
she
she
burned
was.
the house.
Maybe it's Waiting Until Tell. It was one of them authors. Like,
But she was married to
Terry McMillan.
Terry Miller, that's her.
Yeah.
So he talks about her in the book, and it's the shit that went over my head that I never noticed. And he said when you watch the movie, every black male in the movie is fucked up.
Yep.
And the one black male that wasn't fucked up that's in the book isn't in the movie, right? And he talks about how when they used to interview her and they would ask her about that, she would dodge it all the time. And it's like, it's so many ways that we as black men get assassinated from different perspectives. And not saying all black women do it or whatever, but
she's
talking
black
about
too, ain't she?
Right. So he talks about. So then you think about black movies in and of itself when the images of us as black men.
It's the same movie.
Everything out is we always fucked up, right?
Right.
And it's like every black man walking ain't fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I ain't
the
gonna see that
assassin.
last movie
So
before
here's you gotta think about it. The psyche is the most powerful thing, and the images that the psyche see plays on the most, right? So me and you walk into the store. I'm 6 foot. What you about 6'1", right? So we walk into the store and they see the both of us with beards and shit.
Right.
We ain't frowning. Off the rip, we about to do some fucked up shit.
That's how they feel though. That's how they feel though. But that's how they feel. That's how they feel.
That's what happened with the Starbucks.
But
That's how they
you say the
feel.
same thing about the music?
All of it is,
But even if you talk about
It
the
trickles
music,
down to
even
that.
no, because I ain't even talking about the music. We listen to heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as rap. They talk about killing themselves. They talk about pills. They talk about getting high. But it's just in a rock form.
But the thing is,
Like,
that
But it's a
they
small
don't-
amount of people that listen to rock music.
What?
No, it's not. Not in the other
So wait,
world.
so you trying to tell me? Hold on. So you trying to tell me
You don't
that
listen to it.
hold on. So you trying to tell me that every white person that was born,
We never say every white.
listen,
you
but
can't
that's what I'm
But
trying
that's
to
like
tell
you
you.
said. But that's like you
Small.
saying every black person listen to hip hop or R&B.
But mostly,
Right.
it's a larger majority of black people that will listen to rap music
And white
hip-hop.
people.
White people
I'm
do
not
the most
saying no, but
purchasing
for
of
right
hip-hop.
now, I'm not saying no, but for right now, I'm just speaking of the race and their genre of music, right? So you got white people in rock, and you got black people in hip hop, right? But there's more black people. Hip hop is like our music.
Okay,
right?
can
Like,
I just say
it
one
would be
thing?
like- wait,
You
hold on.
got
I'm
this
saying
about
no.
heavy metal,
Wait, I'm
heavy metal,
That's
and rock and roll.
They got that.
My mom listened to rock and roll.
Me too.
So you're saying it's two different things?
It's too different than heavy metal and rock and roll.
They got that
Okay.
up that.
But they're
It's two
very
different genres.
close. They're very close together.
No.
Right? But
No,
different.
no.
Okay, so look.
Remember in the 90s
No.
when what's the white boy name that killed himself and he was real
Kurt
heavy?
Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. He was real heavy. That was rock music. He was heavy in it, and he killed himself. But rock music never got the thing that it was destroying the community.
It
I'm glad you said about that.
Right.
Because you know what, rock music was the one that if you play it backwards, they talk about how it was devil worship.
That was the other
But
one.
that's
That
what
was the other one.
it's not
But
all
it's-
rock.
but
It's
it's
heavy
different.
metal. You gotta
But-
think about heavy metal.
I know,
But
but I'm
wait,
saying
how many-
it did have a negative. It did have a negative tone on it. People talked about it as
For a
well.
small minute, though.
No, it still do.
But see,
They
the-
still do?
But we're stereotyped.
Right.
Everything we do is wrong.
Right.
Everything we do is wrong.
Right.
Like how many the boy just killed himself from Lincoln Park.
Right.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just
that's
going to say
right.
that.
Right.
Saying,
Yeah.
like
What's Lincoln Park?
that's like
Right.
that's like a rock hip.
It's like a rock rap band. Like
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
It's serious.
But that's what I'm
though.
saying. That's your opinion because at the end of the day, like it's
serious.
the same exact thing when it comes to hip hop. Like it's the same thing. You know?
and ain't no rappers killing
So
themselves.
wait,
And
Not at all.
I got somebody on here that says, Matthew Richards says rock and roll was created by us.
metal is different.
The beat. Remember the movie with Beyonce in it? Something Cadillac. Something Cadillac.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cadillac,
They were the
studio.
Beatles in and how they really liked. What's the guy? Muddy Waters.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
mimicked everything he
Etta
did.
James
Yeah.
Brown.
That's true.
Elvis Presley stole everything from from James Brown until what's the
If you listen to that Elvis Presley documentary,
Yeah, he stole
that boy
everything.
sound like a whole soul artist.
Right.
A whole soul white artist.
Even the way he danced, he stole all that.
And
Everything.
And if you go back far enough, you'll know that some of the music that we wrote, they let the white boys take the music.
Right.
So
Like,
yes,
what
that's our
the one boy
stuff.
from Motown that wrote for all them white
But I
band
ain't gonna
groups.
tell you the average white band.
That-
you
that-
wrote.
yeah, but they-
And it's
it was-
right
it was-
there.
it was-
That's my mom joint.
That's the
It was
truth.
like I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Wait, say it again.
It was the A&R from Motown. Like, he wrote for a lot of white bands that made like hit songs. Like, we wrote their music.
Let me ask you guys something, right? Do you know the people that's like on the top of the music industry, right? Like there's a lot of like Levine, is it somebody named Levine or somebody?
Levine, something like that.
You know what I'm talking about? Like there's white
Female.
people that sit at the top of the music thing. So even when
I know the
I had a friend
owner.
that put them up like Jay-Z.
I know the owner of Def Jam.
But I'm gonna tell you this.
Who's the
The
owner?
the
Rick
Caucasian
Rubin.
boy, Rick
But
Rubin.
this is the thing though.
He is that bull.
But him and Russell Simmons did it together though.
Yes.
And Russell is out of the company.
Now, yeah, because he caught that case. He was like,
Exactly.
But
He's
he's
done.
still getting
But-
money from it, I tell you
But
that.
there was a
I mean, he might be.
there were pictures
I don't know.
that my friend posted for it's 3 white guys that's at the top of hip hop right now that owns all of it.
I'm gonna say
You know
something.
what I'm
They do.
That irks my
But wait,
nerves.
but this
I'm
is
gonna
what I
tell
want to
you
know. Who's at the top of the white music? Why we don't hear about them?
I'm gonna tell you something.
because they weren't, because it's their, it's white people.
It
wearing white
don't
people.
matter.
Yeah, but why do we know about who's at the top? Why does it matter who's at the top of rap?
Because first of all, we created rap, they didn't.
Right.
We allowed them to come in and take what we had, we created from the streets, from the gutter,
Right.
right, and
Right.
change the concept of how it's distributed.
We
how
on the
it's
corners.
what can be said, what can't be said.
Right, but
all
why
that.
are
Right.
the images
But the
even
problem
known?
is
But that's what I'm just trying to tell you. Like, you know, you have all these white hip hop stars. Well, not hip hop. You have all these white stars. Taylor Swift. Who the fuck is on top of Taylor Swift? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But why
But we
is
don't
it
follow
like,
them though.
it's still not out there?
But no, it is. But you gotta.
If you Google it. But what I'm saying,
But
like
so-
with us, you see the white person, they're taking pictures with the rappers and they're out there. Like,
But
their
that's
name
their
is out
fault.
there.
I'm gonna say something right now, and
I'm still trying to get
there
to the
is
point.
no
It's still like a
reason.
pimping. It's like a pimping to me.
But
It's
they
like,
want to be pimped because there's no reason. We got more millionaires that are black in this right now in this day and time for them still to be going through that industry to get shit done. That's some fucked up mentality right there. You got big time millionaires and they still going through their industry. They are the fucking industry.
So you just saying,
Hey,
but that's where
we going down a whole nother lane.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we can.
But that's where the
all
internet
time,
comes
right?
in, because now you don't need to get signed no more. All you gotta do is go on the internet.
Yeah, because Westside from
Right.
Chicago is a prime example of that. He went platinum without ever being signed.
Right, so how they
That's the white boy with the dreads.
No, that's
Chance
from
the Rapper.
Chicago.
Oh, Chance.
How you let the industry
Yeah.
control you? You got more people, black people with money at this day and age
So-
that could
And
do
who's the black people in the industry that's at the top, at the head right now?
You got
I will want to know that right now.
Yeah,
at the top. You got Dre,
Dre,
Dr. Dre.
who he putting on?
This is what I'm
Nobody.
saying.
It's all money,
Mentality.
money
It's
wise.
the
He don't
mentality
have anybody
that's-
on.
Huh?
He don't have anybody on.
That-
Okay, I'm just telling you.
No,
You
no, no.
say you said Dre.
Well,
But what I'm
he's
saying
eating
is-
off of Kendrick. He's eating off of 50. He's eating off of Eminem.
What I'm saying is
And
that.
this is what black people are doing now.
What's that?
Oh, Master P.
What about?
That's what they doing.
But
They making a part of hip hop though.
They making money off the next
But
man.
man,
You should know that.
But I know, I know that. What
You
I'm
know
saying
that.
is-
He's a
I know that.
complete
What I'm saying
other
is,
type of
He don't
businessman.
have no type of
we
music.
all in here.
No.
We all
Right.
No, he don't even make no music
Right.
You
no
think I'm
more.
gonna go through mainstream to put my shit out? I don't need you. I got the top artists right here. You need me, and I don't need you. We don't listen. Our shit start off on AM. We started this shit off on AM radio. What nobody listening to it. And they was touring, making money
still got to deal with them
That's
Jews.
why I asked who
You
is
don't know.
banking black.
You ain't got to. That's
Why?
the shit that's the
Why
shit.
you don't think you got to
You
deal with
don't.
them Jews to get that money right
You
now?
don't, because that's what we think. You don't have to create your own lane. Why you are the talent.
Hey,
you
can-
got the you are the talent.
That's
Listen,
not what
look,
it
look,
is,
look.
though.
At one
It's
point,
not what
at
it
one point
is.
in that journey, you're gonna run into a white person.
Yeah, listen, I love
That's
your,
one-
I love
right
your
there.
enthusiasm. I really do.
It's
I
great.
think
It's great. But it's not going to happen for us.
We are still in America.
Ty said
That's
white
it.
people got more money and power.
You got
Yeah,
it.
white folks run this country in every aspect possible. So even when we feel like, let's think about this, right?
Even when you
Like,
get
I
a
was
little
thinking, I was thinking about this the other day, right? I was thinking about, and I'm probably about to go far enough, but
Right.
but here's the thing: we were taught to be docile by a
Right.
particular individual
Exactly.
who was martyred by white folks all the time and shoved down our throats. And I think because of the docile mentality that was given to us by him, has matriculated over the years that now we are always want to fear the white man, but have no problem killing one of us.
Right.
Because of the mentality that's been embedded into us, that's transitioned from
No, you're not going
generation
up.
to
You always
generation to
right.
generation, right?
Mhm.
And so until that can be somehow combated, we'll never get a true lane. If you think about everything we've created, think about this. Every black leader we've had, they murdered. Everything that we've created from Black Wall Street, they killed. From Black Panthers to any of those.
Look at that doctor they
organizations.
just killed. What was his name? Sabian?
Dr. CB.
Sabian's
They're
gone.
the only one they killed.
I know.
It's a
But
whole-
he had a cure for HIV.
It's a whole lot of them holistic
The-
healers they killed. They
Yeah.
killed. He was the only one that went down.
Like they
But see,
Well, he was the
what I'm
face of
saying
it,
is-
You got to think about the people that crossed over in that industry that is gone now. That could have touched, and still, their music is playing to this day.
Right.
Because guess who owned the copyrights and owned them to this day?
Think about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson owned the what's name to the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
He owned the rights to the Beatles and a couple other. He had some major shit.
Right.
And then he popped.
They
up
gotta
dead.
get him out of here.
He ended up dead.
Knock him right off.
Yeah. So we gotta think about those things.
Nah,
Man. And two, a lot of times we not supporting each other. We're so quick to go against each other to have questions. versus
Well, that's the thing.
That's our society.
That's it.
But that's coming from us. That has nothing to do with any other group. That's
No, it
coming
does.
from
It's a
us.
It
mentality.
does, though.
It does. It's a
It
mentality.
does. If you think about, okay, if you were Oprah Winfrey right now, okay?
Give me.
Right or wrong?
Say what?
If you Oprah Winfrey right
I would
now,
be doing things a whole lot differently.
right.
A whole lot. See, you
Well, what if your hands are tied behind your back and you can't do that?
But see, the way I present myself and the way I am right now, I know that my hands can't be tied behind my hands back. I'm gonna say something.
Right.
You gotta be willing.
That's
to
why they
use
not
the
gonna
back.
give you that money.
They not because
They will never
Right.
ever in your lifetime
In
give you the
Chicago,
money that she got.
I'm gonna tell you something. I would have built a school for boys, and I would have sponsored.
But you know you
all
gotta
of
be
them
careful.
I'm telling
You
you.
gotta be careful about
I'm
that
not.
stuff.
I'm gonna tell you
Because they
something.
won't
I'm
let you
never
do
going
it.
to be afraid.
And I was born in
to live
Chicago, so
for,
I
For
know.
my being, for my kids.
I
and
know.
all that. I can't be afraid of that. I'm not gonna be afraid to be who I am. That I don't live in that kind of fear.
It's not about you being afraid.
So here's the thing.
That's
It's one thing to not be
Nah.
afraid, right? Because let me tell you for a minute, I can talk shit about the
I'm not
Beatles.
even
But hear me
against
out.
nobody.
No,
That's
no,
the
That's it.
bad part. Like
That's
I'm
it.
against nobody.
That's
Hear me
it.
out, though. It's one thing to say what you're not scared of until you put in a position where somebody puts your life and your family in the face of danger,
Right.
where they alter the way you think and move now.
Y'all ever see the end of Superfly?
I hear you.
And you ever? I'm being 100% straight up honest.
I
You ever see
understand.
that?
Yes, I did.
That shit go two ways.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
How was it ended? I didn't see that. You want to have to go with that.
Go look at it. That was the
I know he said
flyest.
some fly shit in
That
that
was the
motherfucker.
flyest ending to a gangster movie I ever seen in my to
What
date.
movie?
Superfly. You see the ending of that? One thing just peep this. We got a lot of Middle Easterns walking around. Do they mess with them? Like
that's different money though.
Not about the money.
It is. It's always about the
money.
money.
Let me tell you what it's about. They don't give a listen. If you mess with them, guess what's going to happen? Your shit's going to be a parking lot by the end of the week. So when you have that same mentality,
but you gotta have a bread to make it a parking lot.
They be doing pipes. Listen, let me shut up. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it's how you mentally think. Like even in my position where I'm at, I have to train people how to approach me.
What you do?
Quality assurance, director of quality assurance. So I'm all the time correcting, no matter what your ethnicity is. You have to listen to what I say, and if you don't, I'm just gonna write down. You gotta listen to it anyway. So I'm not in the positions where I'm gonna bargain with you about how things are supposed to be. I'm not going to bargain with another person how things are supposed to be for me. That's not going to happen until we start thinking with the upward bound process. We're always going to be, oh, we can't do that. Yes, we can. It doesn't have to be publicized how we do it, but you still can do certain things.
But like I said, once again, in hindsight, all that sounds great, but you're not moving in a term of people who think with the mentality of moving.
I don't want to be with them. I'm going to be honest with you.
But hear me out. That sounds great, but once again, you have to move in unity. There's not enough of us willing to come together and say, oh, this is how we going to move. If it were, we wouldn't be having the issues that we have now because more people come together because we are reactional. Like the Starbucks shit happened. Then now it's everybody, well, where's all the black coffee shops? Why the fuck we wasn't talking about the black coffee shops from the rap?
I know, right? That's what I said.
We reactional.
It's nasty anyway. So the thing is, I have to learn that some people have affected minds. So if during a conversation, if I know your mind's affected, I can't spend time with you. I'm gonna talk to you, but I can't spend time with you on the goals that I have. So I'm gonna move in the direction of the people that think like-minded like me. I'm never against anybody because that's not how I am. But for what I'm teaching my children, I'm teaching them self-pride, I'm teaching them economics, I'm teaching them those things so when they get older, they know how to move in this society. I cannot teach them how to be, we can't. They're not going to learn that language. They have entitled behavior. I have to say, you can't say that. Like, why? What did I say wrong? I want them to have that entitled behavior. When I walk in a room, I have been told this, you walk with a certain type of way. Well, how the freak am I supposed to walk? I'm 5'9". What am I supposed to do? Duck? Like, I don't understand that. So once we get out of this, we can't do shit, we can do a whole lot of stuff. But you can't do that with everybody. Everybody's not on the same page.
But the thing is, we're not sticking together, man.
I don't listen. If your mind is
it will never.
I don't want to be with you.
It will never happen. And I'm on that type time.
How they said it was going to boycott H&M.
Everybody like Wakanda forever. Don't even know what they're saying.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
We live in a very selfish society. That's very
niggas that choose to believe in Wakanda before they believe in
like,
their own
Wakanda forever. Like, do you know what you're saying? That's an uncolonized
like, how about your
society.
I done seen black businesses built up from fall and go right there. And guess where they go? Listen, the black store right here, and you go to a Chinese store because you're so used to doing that.
Can I tell you something?
As a black people.
Once we learn that happens with all new businesses, that's not an isolated incident. The black community, businesses, startups, the marketing, all that. But that happens quite often.
It's a lot. I'm just saying though, but they support theirs. So think about this. What do you know about Black Wall Street?
Well, you gotta know Black Wall Street.
Do you know how many Black Wall Streets there were?
Oh my God, y'all.
Alright, can we
go listen.
So can we take a 5 real quick? Before you do that, can we take a 5 real quick? Let me just go ahead and shut this down. Y'all still on the air? Yeah, we still on the air.
No, we're not.
Most people don't even know that it was still a remote Black Wall Street. They don't know about one, right? And so we talk about the bomb.
I know, but we're both
because they bombed it. But prior to the bombing, the white people said, listen, let me finish.
I thought it just clicked.
Can I get 5
You talk about us though.
Can I get 5 real quick? No, I'm sorry.
Us, man.
Hold on. Alright, y'all. So, Philly Hot Radio. Look, I don't even know how we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Tracy done fell asleep.
Alright, come on, go take a
Hello. I'm on the air. air.
Oh, still on air?
It's supposed to be Mondays and Wednesdays. Yeah, I never turned it off because
Oh,
like
shit,
you
we probably
y'all
done said some incriminating shit.
no, y'all were teaching, so I didn't really want to disconnect.
I thought we was off the air. I don't be trying to talk this stuff on the air.
What's that? You wasn't even talking, anyway. So, radio, Mondays and Wednesdays, 9 to 11. It's your girl, Lex Roy. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Tell me your name again, I'm sorry. Chris. Like, I don't know, do y'all have anything y'all need to shout out? Y'all been talking to that camera right there? Business or nothing, nobody? Well, PDQ has a book. I don't know if PDQ, I don't know, he don't want to talk.
Oh yeah, grab the book, Fear of Becoming a Man.
Talking to the camera
On
right
that camera, hey camera, how are you? Fear of Becoming a Man on Amazon, Barnes & Noble's new book coming out called Black Men Decoded, strictly for the ladies. I don't have a due date yet.
He's
you know what I'm
snitching
saying?
on all y'all shit. He gonna tell me about the dicks and the trains.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
I ain't talking about that.
Look, I wouldn't be who I am if I wasn't starting trouble. Anyway, I do appreciate you, Mike. You already know. I really appreciate you. I really thank you for getting the guys together. Mikey, I don't know, you ain't want to come in and say hi to the people or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you hiding for, but it's all good, you know what I mean? So, I know I'm going to get it.
I'm here.
You
Just
here?
let 'em know I'm here.
You around?
I'm around.
You around, all right. As long as we all around.
Yeah,
So we definitely represented for K-Dot tonight. I don't know what happened at Chest Alibi. I think it should have been a crab house, but, that's just me. But I'm just saying, like, that's where he DJ'd at. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really gonna rep K-Dot, like, rep where he be at. Like, not where you thought it was at. But whatever, it's a whole nother show, another time. So definitely we're gonna be here Monday and Wednesday. Big Heat said she was gonna turn around, hold me down. You coming through with your crew?
We're not gonna talk about racial stuff though.
Listen, look, my Facebook was blowing up, my phone died. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't want to cut you guys off. Anyway, I know Philly High Radio is going to be kind of perturbed with me, but I'm a rule breaker. Tracy should have told you, and I definitely know Eric knows. So whatever, it's your girl Lex Royal, and we out. We around.
Lex Royal?
Lex Royal.
That's your nickname?
That's my name.
Your radio name?
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright, that's what I said.
I got a headache.
I hope it just start all the beating by
That
itself.
little alcohol ain't do nothing to me, but I'm gonna be up all night.
No, I might just sleep my uniform. Straight up.
I want to take a picture, bro.
We all take a
Yeah, I
picture
got a
together.
picture too. Yeah.
What's that?
That's the backdrop.
Yo.
Come on, take a picture. Camera's on, bro.
Alright, yeah, long as them doors up.
Who you hiding from?
Everybody.
The
It's
feds.
off now. I'll take the picture.
No, put on self-timer.
Yo, Ma, put your
Nah,
hand over that
I'm
door.
not photogenic.
Put your head over the camera.
Ma, put your hand over that door. No, I ain't coming in if you don't put your hand over that door.
It's off. Oh wait, let me stop. Hold on.
Oh, what, John? That